How do you link a tweet?
You go click on the ... and then copy link to tweet.
Remember, this is a man who thinks he knows how things work on Twitter, doesn't know how to copy a tweet.
Oh, that's right. I don't have permission.
Expert.
We're gonna learn how to
channel.
we're gonna teach Wreckage to tweet everybody today. Welcome. So first off, you're gonna need a handle, okay?
So, Arthur, please eventually link the link I will send.
Oh, you say we're going to teach him to eat? Okay, well, here is a fork.
Because one of the people in the audience is interested, I assume.
I know. I've already got the tweet link. Don't worry, bro.
Okay.
Right here. I'm faster than
Waka
you.
waka.
As Google Foo is better than yours.
It's true. So, for people at home, they have no idea what the fuck is going on. So let's get back to the show.
Yeah, sorry. The live audience is interacting with us. This is live and real and happening. No edits, no jump cuts.
It's not just real.
Just
Wreckage.
raw media influencers
Unadulterated.
working outside the box.
Oh God.
It's APGamingREAL.
I'm passing a stone.
How did you not see that coming?
I'm
How did
dead.
you not see that coming?
I totally saw it coming, and I'm still dead.
You still killed us.
We got a hashtag Wreckage on AP Gaming, everybody.
So
We'll work on
Arthur,
it. We'll work on it.
Now I just to check, because again I am not the lore master of the group here. Condra's a known word, right? Like I know what he's
so
implying.
Well, we come back for a commercial, so he says the exact same thing, but slightly differently.
Yeah, it's a new shot for some reason. They didn't let you use the old.
It's
Did you hear me?
the-
I asked if you were a Condra, sir.
It's
I mean, do you say faceless immortal?
no, he says Condra. So the first 3 books of Mistborn, minus any reference to hemorrhagy, are considered the book of the path. It's Harmony's journal of what happened in the world. Kelsier and Vin and Elend, and everything in there is part of his religion and was passed in a book called The Words of Founding to the settlers of Elendil. And so it's Condra are known. They're now called Faceless Immortals.
But he's saying Condra.
Yes, he's saying Condra specifically.
And is that uncouth of him?
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing you would expect from Daryl as an old-fashioned person to say.
Excuse
Whoa,
me,
don't draw
sir.
connections. And
Do you often make a habit of bursting into people's homes, not introducing yourselves, and using a word like Condra? I am not, in fact, a faceless immortal, sir.
Ah, excellent. Well, that will make this discussion much easier. Although it does not align with my goals. I would contest several of your points, sir. I have not burst into your house at all. I was invited in by your doorwoman, who, it would appear, you are both perpetually underpaying and attempting to dress her? My understanding of her fashion style is that it is very different from this dress that you have her wearing.
I don't think she's wearing the dress right now.
Oh.
And
Can we
can
assume
say
that
she
she
was,
is
probably.
wearing the dress right now?
Sure.
We can say she was.
Yeah,
I don't care.
and he's like denigrating Dixon
Yeah.
as a
Well,
result.
yes,
of it.
since she's back, maybe sure. She clearly looks very uncomfortable.
so you make for interesting conversation topics. You are my guest here. I would offer you a drink, but I still cannot offer you one until I know your name, sir.
Ah, yes. Of course, my card. And he changes accents again as he flips out a business card towards you, and it just says Agent of Inquiry.
That's it.
Mr. Agent.
You may call me Coop if agent is not good enough. I am the world's foremost agent of inquiry. Several police departments, including the Elendil Constabulary, have used me for various purposes. I also work privately for large sums of money.
Is that so? Well, then, I would be happy to offer you a good drink and a beverage and talk about your business in Trumadil, Mr. Coop.
You, I'm afraid, are my business, sir.
Is that so?
I have had several reports about your ill manners and behavior, and not just the ones I read on a daily basis. I dare say You are possibly the most unlucky man I have ever met.
Is that so?
Several
Okay.
of your friends have espoused about your weekly card games.
Oh, well, I prefer to say that I'm unlucky in cards and lucky in love.
I see. And he switches accents again. And as he switches accents, he also switches the way he's standing, body language, everything. It's like he's a different person.
Is this a known, like, is this in character? Am I aware that this is because of his copper ferrochemy coat and that he's just, and this is part of his...
I'll tell you what. I will let you make a wits roll to try to figure out what this is. It's not something to do with the coat. I mean, it's obvious that he is a copper.
It's obvious that he's got
ferrochemist.
like psychotic issues going on.
Sure, I'll make a wits roll for this.
It's against 3, and this is about extremely rare lore of the world.
Yeah, literally nothing I have.
Civilized will do for you.
Okay, we will grasp for that single dice and bring me up to 4 dice and maybe we'll be able to do something here.
Yeah. All you need is paired 3s.
Yeah, all I need is
My
paired 3s.
boy, the chance of you making paired 3s is nearly impossible.
Pair of 5s. That's unheard of on 4
It's the
dice.
impossible dream. do 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 do.
Oh,
Yeah. So you don't just get it, you get a little bit extra out of it. This man isn't just a copper ferrochemist. It seems very clear. He's also a twinborn, possibly a compounder. And if he's a compounder, it makes a lot more sense. All twinborn are known to have quirks in their personality. It's theorized it has something to do with 2 different sides of the genetics working together, tearing at their soul. Depending on how realmatically theoretical you are, or whether you're Pathian or Survivorist. There are numerous explanations, but each of them has some strange thing that they do. And it's even worse with compounders. And it's clear that he's just compounding in personalities and compounding them back out, just continually switching through his memories. If he's a compounder, he could literally just look at lists and lists and lists of things and then draw it back out in an index.
Interesting.
It's possible he could have just looked through literally everything ever written about you and talked to several people who know you.
And just knows it.
Now have... And the 2 extra things I'll give you is that copper, if he's copper, he has 2 very special abilities that he might be able to draw upon. The first one is that if he can get 2 or more live eyewitness accounts of events, he's able to spiritually restitch himself into that memory and see everything that happened there.
fuck. That's badass.
So,
And the second
Batman.
thing he can do is that if
I
he
literally
watches-
have Batman written down on my sheet already for this guy. I'm just not fucking joking.
If
You got
he-
fucking detective vision.
If he watches someone
Agent of
perform,
Inquiry wants to find a Condra Batman? Question mark.
if he watches someone perform an action, he can perfectly recreate that action.
Oh, he's also that chick from Heroes.
So if he watches you paint something, he won't be able to paint something different. He will be able to paint that exact thing in the same way that you just did.
So what you're saying is it's like it's sort of like an even cooler version of like tracing a pen over a piece of paper, because he can watch me write something but not see what I write and then mimic it.
Yes, he would be able, if he has seen your signature, at any point he will probably be able to mimic it.
Well, he has definitely seen my signature because he's
Yes.
looked at my business ledgers. Interesting. So I'm aware that he's a copper compounder, probably.
Yes, and they are known as Copper Keeps. And as we know at the beginning of the show, he introduced himself as Coop,
Second.
which I will point out is short for copper.
Oh, okay. So secondary question, Arthur.
Yeah.
Is it rude to point out that someone's a metalborn if you
No.
into it?
I mean, so for some twinborn, they have to hide their abilities. For instance, Flint Carson. If it was known he was Steel, people might show up and try to kidnap him in order to get him to use this Steel power for them. But as a Copper Keep, his power is very internal, right? Like, you couldn't use it for something else.
Yeah.
And he's also somewhat, probably extremely dangerous. Not physically. Like, if you were fighting him, so put it this way: if Desha was fighting him and he's a Copperkeep, he would be able to mimic her every move in such that if Desha was to hurt him, he would just mimic the move and do the exact same thing back to her.
And
now,
do nothing to her because he has no muscles.
Right. It's not that he wouldn't do anything to her. It's that she would deal more damage to him. But imagine that on every level.
Yeah.
So
imagine being able
to
give a perfect speech just because
this
you
guy
heard it before.
is Taskmaster.
Yeah.
So what you're saying
he's
is
Taskmaster.
if I spike this guy and take
Awesome.
him, then I can truly eat people, take their form and all their memories and like signature and everything, right? There's my new goal. Can we change the scheme real quick, guys?
I've never heard of Taskmaster, so I guess I'm gonna have to read about that real quick. What is it you would like to say to this guy?
So I've just, before I made my roll to intuit him, I offered him a drink.
Yeah.
Will he sit down and drink with me?
Oh yeah, he'll definitely sit down, but he says, yeah, just Vata. Vata is fine.
Like, what's your poison? No, seriously, poison.
Which poison would you like me to kill you with? So yeah, I'll get him water then. The water that's infected with dysentery, right, Arthur? No, I'm just kidding. Right, luck roll. Anyway.
So Desha gets the water.
Yeah.
I like how this keeps happening. It's just like, of course we'll get you something. Fine.
So, Mr. Coop, short for Kappa, is it? I see you have a lovely coat.
Yes, thank you.
So, I don't mean to be rude, but are you a Kappa ferrochemist then?
I am what you think I am.
Fascinating. I imagine
what
that
is
helps.
Fascinating is seeing your mind at work, sir.
Is that so? I would say that infinite memory would be very helpful for an inquirer such as yourself.
So he folds his hands in front of him in a very kind of religious, condescending look and says, one might think that being extremely lucky would be of great aid to someone. I use the gifts that I've been given. Do you not agree, Mr. Dixon, that is what one should do with their life?
I believe that luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
I'm sure. I have several questions for you on behalf of various organizations around town.
I would be happy to answer those questions, sir.
What exactly are your intentions toward Old Lady McFanny and her farm?
Well, it's an unfortunate situation that's going on with that new gang in town. I
assume you were referring to Brieger and his boys.
Yes, I read the paper by Mr. Hart. A poor old lady like that just can't handle those sorts of thugs, and I employ the types of people that could. My intention is to purchase her property that I may better protect it against the unfortunate interests of the unlawful among us.
I see. And what exactly is your relationship to Brieger's boys?
That they exist in the same city as me.
Okay. I think we need to make a wits roll for lying here, right?
Sure thing, buddy. But
Can I catch on to this as well? Like,
oh yes,
like
very much so.
Overhearing? Do I need to make a roll to?
No.
Okay, I can catch. I can catch what he's throwing down. I can hear the lie in my brother's voice because I've heard it plenty of times.
This is the exact same lie I told previously, so I assume all the traits can apply from previously.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here. But let's outline those traits for people who might not remember.
Well, my drive is that the honest way ain't the easy way, and this is me attempting to achieve something through dishonest means. I also am conniving, which is my personality, and my how did that apply? Last time I rolled this, I had 76, but I can't remember now how any of the other ones applied. Let's walk through it again then from the beginning.
Yeah, let's walk through it.
Would civilized apply here because I am claiming to be
so
apart from the gang? I think that works.
Yeah.
All right. And then was the other one wealthy landowner? Maybe. Because I would have no reason to be associated with them.
I don't know about that one.
Natural leader.
I would say honest way isn't the easy way because you're literally lying, right?
Right.
Okay, so he's throwing on skilled detective and methodical.
As he would, I assume, do that.
Throws out a pile of dice with pair of 3s and 2 nudges.
All right. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Utility belt.
But, yeah. I mean, I win, but he's got nudges. I also have a nudge though, so that's.
So what happens is you don't do any complications, but he believes you for the moment.
I would like to try and re-roll some of my dice to try and institute some complications.
Very well.
Because I have the ferrochemical power to do so.
Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll 4 of my dice. Obviously, one of the 4s, the 3s, and the 1. So let's see what happens.
Gonna keep dreaming that chromium, huh?
I've got quite a lot.
Damn.
It's not better.
No.
Wow.
I'm so set for chromium. I am not worried.
Okay. Yeah. So you do have a leftover nudge. What do you want to do with that?
Can I make it so that he's obviously already suspicious of me.
Oh yes.
Can I make it so that he is he's already suspicious of me, so I can't just say he's not suspicious of me anymore.
That's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Is that a phone ringing? Oh, okay. Whoa, you freaked me out. So if I've got an extra nudge, can I inflict the damage then?
Yeah, we weren't really swinging for damage here.
Right,
but you can inflict 1 point if you would like to. Yes.
I mean, I agree that we weren't swinging for damage, but I'm also, because I obviously, like we said, there's no narrative justification for him to become less suspicious just because I told a lie correctly. Unless you have another suggestion, Arthur, which I'm open to.
No, -1 willpower per a point of damage in this situation would be good.
Okay.
He's somewhat less suspicious of you overall.
Okay.
This isn't going to be enough to throw a burden on him, however.
Right, sure, of course. I didn't get an amazing roll. I just want to roll for once.
So, yeah.
This was your one time for this
had the worst
session.
luck ever.
I mean, maybe the luck of my character will start rubbing off on me?
He starts nodding and then says, "Now, I don't suppose that Mr. Daryl Hart will be around to give an accounting as well. I wish to speak with him on several matters."
Well, I'm sure he would be just tickled pink to speak to someone like you. The stories you could tell. You know, I was just speaking to him earlier. He fancies himself somewhat of a historian.
Mr. Dixon, when will Mr. Daryl Hart be available?
Oh, I don't actually keep accountings of his schedule, but I can...
You don't?
No, sir.
He gives you a PC glance that's like, yeah.
No, I really don't, actually. I'm being honest. Like, we hang out, we're friends, but I don't know, like, his exact daily schedule. That's my answer.
Okay.
I'm not, like, on the payroll quite yet.
I mean, I think you just went on the payroll.
You just went on the payroll. I'm going to know his schedule after today. Don't you worry about that, Gaming Real. But that literally just happened.
Look at it from his point of view, is that Daryl has written possibly several articles about you and has been seen in your vicinity for quite some time.
Now, make no mistake, Mr. Coop. I am good friends with Mr. Daryl, and he has been following me as I seem to be a magnet for some interesting stories in this town. But you know, we are friends. We happen to run into each other when we're free, go for some smokes and some drinks.
Yeah, you do seem to attract trouble wherever you go, sir.
Well, I don't look at it like that. I've just led an interesting life is all.
That is because you are not an agent of inquiry. I'm
That's
afraid
true.
cutting
That's
through the bullshit is something that I have trained myself to do. Now, I thank you for your time and your wonderful glass of water. I must report back to my associates. Thank you so much, Mr. Dixon.
You do let me know when your current job is done. There's so many things I'd like to hire you for.
I'm afraid our personality types are not compatible.
Oh, that's a shame.
I will show you out then, Mr. Coop.
Yes, thank you so much, Disha. I'll be keeping a real close eye on you, Mr. Beaumont. I'll remember this encounter for sure.
How witty of you, sir.
Right.
Right.
So
And
as he leaves, he mutters some things to you, Disha, that are very, like, very personal. Like, don't worry about the thing that happened when you were 6. It's fine. No one blames you for it. You don't have to, like,
fucking shit.
Don't bring this personal burden down upon yourself. It's all right.
So,
Good day, sir.
Disha shows him out.
As you're showing him out, he says, "Miss Disha, I would love to see you paint sometime."
What a fucking
Is he out of the door?
Yes.
Slam.
Yeah.
So the house shakes slightly.
Do we have those Kolos reinforced hinges?
Yes, absolutely.
Disha slams some doors. So
This is a regular occurrence.
Miss Disha, would you return to the drawing room for a second?
Yeah, she comes back. I don't like that man.
Good, because we're killing him.
Do I get to kill him?
Absolutely. And I raised the alcoholic beverage I poured for him that he just wanted water then, so I handed it to Disha.
Question for Arthur, because I personally don't know.
He's ever.
Are there any famous, like, is there like a known famous artist?
Yeah, there are several. Like, women going to the academy to become famous painters is a big deal.
Is there like one that is like? Is there like one name that's like when you say that name, it's like, oh shit, she's the person that painted this thing or something like that?
I think Alrienne Ladrian is probably known as like the patron saint of the womanly arts.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, like, do I get to kill him? Absolutely. Good. Alrienne is thirsty.
Oh, you've named your cleaver after a famous artist. That's not in character, by the way.
I think like when you're like, do I get to kill him? Yes, of course. Like this is of course when Daisy like bursts into the room.
Your volume is dropped again.
What?
Whee! Yep. Check. Go to Zoom stuff and check and see if it's auto doing your stuff.
Nerps. By the way,
even Prince is the artist formerly known as Prince now. Oh, sick burn too soon.
That actually is too soon, man. He was a well-respected artist on multiple levels of his craft. And
dude, I live like near his house.
No, Wreckage, no.
All right, how about now?
No, still too low.
It's like a month ago, man.
It's too soon, Wreckage.
Comedy is the only way that we can heal.
So every time I unmute, it just like drops ridiculously. What?
Basically,
Zoom by default, Zoom is set to auto adjust you. So like if you don't talk for a while, it'll be like, "Oh, you're talking really quietly, right? I'll turn you up."
Well, no, I literally mute it when I do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just turned off auto adjustment.
Okay, good. It'll be fine.
Right, that should do it. All right, so Daisy bursts in.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone issues have made me crazy. Now we're killing people.
Daisy, how are you, my lovely sister? You're not in bed at this hour?
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, brother.
My mistake.
Nap time, little girl.
I thought you'd be having your afternoon nap.
I'm practically an adult. You can't keep treating me like I'm a child, Dix.
I have an afternoon nap. There's nothing childish about it.
Well, that's because you're an old man.
I am just in the summer of my 25th year, little sister. You don't... never mind.
That is so old.
And now we all feel old.
I can't believe you would be doing these things. I understand you hiring Disha to be my protection and all, but killing people? Is that what it's about?
So, Kelsa, I'm curious out of character. Dixon's always been this guy, and you've always been listening in. So, is this what you're saying a bit of a front, like in the same way that Dixon puts on a front? Like, is your aghastness as equally mock as his innocence? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't think she's ever killed anyone personally, but she knows this is what you're about. But she also knows that you're trying to pretend that it's not. And so she's like, this is her way of trying to muscle her way in on your to-do. Is like, oh, I know what you're doing. You're so bad.
now I thought we had a conversation about your eavesdropping, little sister.
Well, if you would just have these conversations in front of my face, I wouldn't have to eavesdrop now, would I?
These types of conversations are no place for a lady of your standing. You should not be dealing in the family business. You should be enjoying the fruits of its rewards.
I don't think you understand my position here. I am done with schooling and I am not ready for marriage, if I ever am gonna be. But whatever you're doing here, it's got my interest, and I would love to be included in this little to-do.
I'm sorry, Miss Desha. Did my little sister just ask to be part of us killing a private investigator?
Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was hearing right and not having the vapors.
Are you good at fighting, Miss Stacy?
Well, I ain't never shot a man, but I got the best marks in my target practice class.
That sounds impressive.
Me and old Lefty go way back. And like I pat the gun, on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy, you haven't thought this through at all. This is just another little game to you. Now, what would happen if I put you out there in whatever little encounter I dream up for our friend, and he should happen to get a glimpse that you got a gun pointed at him, and it would get back to you, it would destroy you.
Then I suppose I had to pull the trigger now, wouldn't I?
That is how you kill someone.
Thank you, Miss Desha. Your insight is welcome as always.
Thank you, Desha. I'm so glad that you're on my side. Dix has never had any confidence in me.
That man is a copper compounder. Now, do either of you know what that means?
Well, that means that he remembers lots of things, and that, copper allomancy is a copper cloud. He will be able to hide his allomatic abilities, but I don't think that's going to much apply.
A copper compounder, little sister, can do something much more impressive. In a fight, he can remember perfectly his enemy's movements such that he can emulate them, allowing him to...
never seen me move before, and if I have my way, he won't get a second chance.
Can he punch as hard as I can?
You're both on the right track. In order to take this man down, all we need to do is ensure that we take him down immediately. There is no long, drawn-out fight with this type of man, because the longer the fight goes on, the more capable he is of exploiting the weaknesses in your abilities. In other words, whatever little trap...
I don't need that many hits.
In other words...
is that I don't have any abilities. If you remember, Brother Deal, that I am not metaborn like some people here.
I didn't mean abilities, Sister Dealers, in metallurgic powers. I meant the simple capabilities that you have. He will mimic your... He will understand your aim.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Are you admitting that I have some capabilities that do not stem from metallurgical powers?
I paid for the best teachers in the world, little sister. If they said you got top marks in marksmanship, then you got top marks in marksmanship.
Well, this is the first time you have paid any attention whatsoever into what my marks were.
There is a drawer in his study that is filled with your report card from every single semester, and the like it just cuts to that thought for a moment and cuts back. I believe you can handle yourself, little sister. I never would have allowed you to come to True Medill.
You think
Desha's
for
job
one
would have been
second that you could have stopped me?
Dash's job would have been to keep you in Ellendale if I thought you weren't able to defend yourself a little bit. Now, Miss Desha, you reckon you could have done that job?
Yes.
Thank you,
Desha,
Miss Desha.
would you have followed me wherever I go? I'm sure whatever I'm up to is far more interesting than whatever my brother has cooked up.
Your paycheck looks you in the eye.
I go where I am needed.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
You might have a career in politics yet, Miss Desha. That was a remarkable answer. Mr. Hart is currently on a little bit of an assignment for me. When he returns, we'll have to inform him of our little troublemaker. I'm sure he can be of most use here as well. But for now, I'm going to have a few too many cups of this drink and get ready for my afternoon nap.
So I think we cut to Daryl walking down toward.
I have a question, because I might be walking somewhere else just for a second.
Okay.
First, I want to check out this letter.
Okay.
Is this we were like doing this thing? Is this like tomorrow, saying like tomorrow go out there and hassle again? Like we're doing this, right?
You tell
It
me.
does say that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go to a store and buy a shit ton of alcohol.
All right.
Go get these guys drunk, have like a drinking contest with some of the gang, and get them hungover for tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't say do something tomorrow. Not to throw a wrench in your monkey.
Oh, that's
It
what I
says-
specifically asked, and you said yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking for generalizations. So with both of his, Dixon doesn't have a timeline, right? So he says, "Please do blank at your earliest convenience." Is the sort of language that he uses.
Okay, well, then I will be like, hopefully it's tomorrow, and maybe I'd even like during drunken times be like, oh, it's gonna be great tomorrow. You gotta go out, and I'll get them all like riled
So
up.
you're looking to
Yeah.
get like a cart full of alcohol.
Yeah, I basically show up
Okay.
with a bar.
Let's talk about this contest. You are attempting a Resources 2 challenge.
Ooh, okay, I do not have the prettiest resources, but I scraped together what
So
I
you're gonna
do
have to spend 1 resources to even make this roll.
Okay. So under a spent column, I put 1.
And you will not be able to spend any resources further because that'll drop your dice pool below 2 and you won't be able to roll.
But this is then am I rolling 2?
No,
I
you're
spent
rolling
1?
3 now.
Okay.
You can't drop your resources to below 2. Or you won't be able to roll. So
you know what kind of drinks I'm gonna make?
what kind
Arthur?
of drinks? Something old-fashioned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, should I put on my glasses before I said that?
You should have, Arthur. I gave you the chance.
I know,
I
but
mean,
time.
that was the perfect setup, but
even Arthur's tired at this point.
it was
It did sound a little tired.
it was a
like,
very,
Gotta
very
fake something.
stressful 40 minutes getting the show set up. And I'm looking forward to resetting up every other show as well. So
Yeah. Well, at
I
least
shall
we're
all
having a
day.
good show.
That'll be okay.
it's going to be terrible.
Yeah. So I go down to like the market and maybe I'll I'm like trying to make I go find 2 alcohol dealers that are close to each other and make a big show that I'm buying a whole shit ton and see if one of them will give me a better price.
You're so I think they're both run by women, and the 2 women are like arguing old aunts, and they're constantly like, "So you're over there, huh? Well, I'll give you a better price than that old biddy any day."
I'm like, oh well, you certainly do a nice, tall, beautiful
There we go.
beverage bottles here. These are lovely looking. Must be the highest quality.
I'll let you throw mustachioed on here as well.
3, 4, and okay,
You're looking for a pair of 2s.
okay, 4.
We've done more with 4 dice tonight than a pair of 2s.
Pair of twos.
Heyo.
And a pair
Wow.
of threes.
And pair of 3s.
Yeah, so you get a pretty good price. You end up getting the handcart thrown in, so it's like one of those things you'd see at a bar to move large amounts of alcohol or frosted glasses, and it's just stacked with giant piles of alcohol. And both of the women are just kind of like, "You come back now, you hear?"
I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'll need to have a nice chat as soon as I've got some of this in my blood. I'll be
So-
feeling quite friendly.
Since it might be relevant, let me elucidate specifically what the message is that I'm having Daryl send.
Mhm.
As a continuation of the stuff that I've asked him to do previously. This time I would like him to go again, but I'm encouraging him to set some fires. The letter is more eloquently and specifically written, but the property is still good to me if it's burnt to the ground.
Yeah, maybe
So-
he mentions like dry stacks of hay.
It's such a
Roughly.
dry season. I mean, I don't write these letters like I'm
You're like-
Dixon. I said that in Dixon's manner, but it is like, hey, set some fires this time. Like I don't care if the whole place is ash, you know. So
Yeah. So I take the note and I go to the police and have him arrested. No.
all right, Alibi's over.
good game, everybody.
Join us
Come
week
back
for
next
Mistborn.
week.
That was a
We'll
really
make new
fun,
characters.
really fun 2-part 1-shot, which is more like a 2-shot.
Yeah. So when I go to deliver the burn it down note.
So you're approaching, just to outline here,
yeah. pushing
the
the cart.
shop of Brieger's Butchery and Beef, and there's the same guy on the roof with the lever action cowboy rifle, and 2 different but generally thuggish looking. Their shirt cuffs are rolled up, the top button is undone, their sleeves are in complete disarray, their shirts are not tucked in, and one of them is only wearing 1 sock. And the other has untied shoes, but they have very large pistols on their belts as you approach. And again, we see a tumbleweed rolling down the dusty road at the edge of this suburb. I didn't have the music playing in perfectly timed because I didn't know you'd send somebody back here. My bad. I hadn't planned on such a thing happening. But yeah, Daryl, what's your plan
Afternoon.
here? They're all staring at you because you're the only person on the whole
Yeah.
street.
I'm like, got a delivery for Mr. Brieger today.
So one of the guys like takes one of your bottles out and does the thing where people try to flip it and catch it and it just crashes to the ground. And he does it again with another one. He's like, "Yeah, we'll take it from here, boy." And he flips you a coin.
I'm like, oh, you misunderstand. I have a personal message. This is just a gift, and these are going to disappear quick. Why don't you tuck these in your back pockets? And I'll hand each one of them a
So-
bottle.
Yeah, each one of them will take a bottle and set it on the porch, and then the second one, the one with the untied shoes, is gonna push back his duster coat, and we hear the clicking of the hammer of the gun as he cocks it in his holster, and he's like, "You aren't getting in here, sir. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to turn around and leave. Unless, of course, you're fast." Just how fast are you, gentlemen?
Can I just
Not
want
as
to
fast
pull
as
out the letter as fast as I can.
I mean, if you want to do this, this will be a roll where if you're slower than him, he'll
Well,
shoot you in the chest
yeah,
because he
I
thinks you're
don't-
about to draw a gun.
I don't think it matters. I think I could just take the shot in the chest, Arthur.
I mean, okay. Well, then let's
Well,
do it.
Then you're gonna have to fake that you died, or otherwise everyone knows you're a faceless immortal. That's gonna be awkward.
No, but
I mean,
can
a man
ingratiate
can
myself.
survive a bullet to the chest, surely.
And just be like okay about it.
At
Like,
least,
"Yeah,
listen,
whatever."
I
as
just wanna
long
roll
as he
2 dice
doesn't
and
have a
some 10
tumor
dice
like
guy
a
and have him fail
domesticated fruit
miserably.
bat.
Wreckage. Is that too much to dream for? I think not.
I think it's too much to dream for. Arthur has API hacks.
Oh, that's true.
Of course, that's so true.
Maybe I'll just open my jacket like so that he can see the like it's probably like brightly colored yellow.
Flashing.
So he like cracks his
envelope.
neck and is like, "I see. I'll just take that then." And he takes his hand off the gun as he thumbs the hammer back and snatches the letter from you. Do you let him take it?
No, I will just like step back when he like when he's like coming forward. I'll just be like, now.
That's definitely, this is going to be a roll here for sure.
He's fast.
He's fast.
He wants to know if you're fast enough.
I just don't even
He is
know.
too fast and too furious.
I mean, I'm pretty fast as well.
His shoes are untied.
That's a good point.
Okay.
So he trips and face plants.
I mean, is this how do you want to avoid this, right? You could try to talk him down from it or, some other way, but it sounds like you're going to do it by stepping away from him as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think it's mostly reactionary. He's coming for my
Okay.
letter, and I want to
Then-
be able to get in the door.
Let's set up your traits then. I don't know that any of
Not
yours
much,
apply here.
yeah.
Is that product placement there, Kelsa?
My favorite cider of all time.
What's the speed test? Physique
Is
or
it
something?
Physique.
Dick's Insider?
Physique versus physique.
I'm fine with that.
He has
Sure,
physique
buddy.
6, and he's using the trait Beat It Out of Them and Greedy to bump his dice pool up to 8. As a goon, he's pretty good at gooning. Paired 4s with a nudge.
Would you say he's a goonie?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Paired 4s. So he wins with the nudge, but it's a bare thing. So he does get to the letter and pull it out, but maybe your hand's still on it as well.
Yeah, and I'm like, sir, you don't want to tear that now. I just need to make sure it gets into the right hands. A man handing over this much alcohol can't be expecting duties to be taken care of in the tidiest of manners. I want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't worry too much about your duties, delivering this here or there. Why don't you just have Brigger poke his head out the door for a moment, so I can be assured that I've done my duties.
So they look at each other, and the one that isn't holding on to the letter. So the two of you are still sitting there holding on to the letter. As the second man goes
Awkwardly.
back inside, I need you to make a spirit roll to see if Briegel will meet with you.
Spirit.
Spirit, I know. You got to get lucky on this one. You haven't introduced yourself, and all
You
they
have a
know is
metric
that
shit ton of spirit.
you're bringing a letter and that you bring alcohol as well. So you're going to need to pay for this spirit roll, of course.
It costs 1 to roll.
And you want to catch a
Right.
lucky break. I think this is difficulty 2. This is reasonable. If he heard that you were bringing him a giant tribute, he might want to come out and meet you, rather than just have his boys beat you to death and take it from you.
Okay, yeah. So I got 5 on the roll. Let's
Oh.
do it.
No, he's got 5 dice. He's not saying he got a pair of 5s.
Well, he got a
did get
pair of 5s too. So
And a nudge.
what do you want to do with the
We
nudge?
are crushing it today.
Can I put it like I can't put a complication on the gang, huh? one nudge?
No, because this isn't that kind of roll. You're rolling against the
I'm just
world.
rolling against the getting him out here.
Yeah, it's not against him specifically. It's about a situation.
Can I use
You
the
could
nudge
position yourself
to have
strongly.
him remember that I'm the guy that's always hanging out with Dixon,
Has he ever seen you hang out with
or,
Dixon?
or that he's
I-
heard of that? Like,
Okay,
that he's like,
yeah,
oh,
so
the reporter guy.
Brieger will definitely come out in his huge hulking status with his.
Because
two-
I've got my like
meat
photography
cleavers.
set, right?
Yeah, he's got his meat cleaver sheathed over his back, and just points at the alcohol, and hits the first guy in the back of the head with his other hand, and is like, "Bring it inside." Mr.
I like let go of the note as well, so that the guy can. hand it
Brigger
to me.
snatches it. He's like, "Mr. Hart, I've heard of you. I particularly enjoyed your piece on the Lendl Daily about how Cocker Spaniels are the superior breed of dogs.
At any age as well, I would argue.
Hard-hitting journalism for sure.
Now then, sir, I just wanted to make sure that this got directly into your hands. As you know, Mr. Beaumont does not mess about with business. He makes sure of himself and his helpers, and I'm just following in the footsteps of the way I've been led. So
he opens and reads it and is like, "Is this for real? Right now?"
As real as the gift I've given you today, I have
When are we expected to perform this task?
It says at his earliest convenience.
As soon as you are done butchering whatever is bleeding in the back, I'm sure we would be ready to take.
So maybe he like looks in the shop, and only from his angle we can see that there's like a guy hanging from a meat hook,
Yes,
bleeding, and he's probably got some gang tattoos or something. Yeah, and he's like, "Don't worry about what I'm butchering. You wouldn't like a cut of that beef."
Just like,
I would only serve an upstanding gentleman like yourself only the finest slices.
I
What's
appreciate
so
that
funny is that
very
he
much.
would totally like a slice of that beef because he's Kinsey.
Yep.
Would totally eat that dead guy. Dead guy, 10 out of 10. Would eat again.
If only you could grow a new person.
Say, well, I'm glad to finally make your acquaintance. I'm sure we'll be speaking again very shortly. We've been most happy with all your services. And I bid them.
Yeah, so
Ode.
he just stays staring at you
Yeah.
really intensely.
Yeah.
Just,
I like back up slowly, do like maybe like 3 hat tips before turning.
yeah, let's talk about what happens when Daryl meets Coop.
So yeah, now Arthur,
Yep.
I'm eager to tell Daryl about Coop. So
I think he meets up with you before that happens.
Okay.
Oh, for sure, my son, for sure. Tell me where he meets up with you, Daryl.
Maybe I'm back flirting with the girl I bought all the alcohol from.
Yeah, and Coop just comes in with his pipe and says, "Mr. Daryl Hart."
I don't believe we've met. I assume you're a fan of my work.
So he pulls out his card that says Agent of Inquiry. I have
The
a
word
question
inquiry
for
does not sit well with me, Arthur.
For some reason, I don't remember why.
you. Mr. Hart, are you by any chance a Kandra, sir?
And then I like cough on the spit I was swallowing. Like, I'm sorry. a Kandra. Why do you ask?
I have a very important quest I've been given by God.
That's amazing. I feel the same way. A lot of people.
So he
go
looks at
through
you and
life
is like,
much
I
purpose
thought
in
you
their heart.
might feel the same way, Mr. Hart. You see, I've been tracking your career for some time, but you appear to be lacking a childhood, sir, so I ask you one more time. Please answer me straightly and directly, sir. And as he's talking to you, you notice he's using the same accent and body language and inflections of Dixon.
Oh.
Then I totally tell him everything. I love Dixon.
I
Conrad
mean,
not-
what do you say?
Wait. I'm sorry. He just
He's
says I must
asking
ask you
you directly, are you a Kandra?
no, sir. I do not consider myself to be a Kandra.
All
It's
right.
a different story.
I think it's time to make a roll to resist him, and he's not just drawing you into a contest; he's drawing you into a conflict. He's not going to let
snap.
go until someone backs down.
Well, I mean, I consider myself a faceless immortal. That's what it's on the character sheet. So
Sure.
I'm fucking clear. Not even lying.
Not even lying. No, he said I don't consider myself a Kandra. Boom. I mean, he did.
I don't consider myself a Kandra because the Kandra served the Lord Ruler,
Oh.
Pretty
Arthur.
I think that's a context dice.
However, Yeah, I will give you.
one.
I will give you a circumstance die for that.
Yay!
But I'm
It made it
pretty
easier
sure.
to lie, right?
Wait, can we do it like?
Can we? Where are you?
No, I'm on your
You're-
right on my screen.
No, it's up and down.
You're over, he's over there.
Oh,
No,
wait,
Virgil, you're below. You're below
on the
him,
Twitch.
He's above.
Okay,
you.
so clap up like 1.
What?
Up.
Oh,
He's
are we?
above you. He's above.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh, okay. 1, 2.
It almost worked. It almost worked. This is it. So let's lay out the stakes here, and we'll do this piece by piece, so I don't fuck it up like I have been in the past. Right? This is going to be a mental conflict between the two of you.
Oh, giddy. That's the best for me.
Yes. So, the stakes for him are he learns that you are in fact a Khandra and asks you several more questions he's been meaning to ask a Khandra.
Okay. Can I also start walking away from this girl that I was hitting on?
Yes, of course.
I'll be like, excuse me, I probably have to sign an autograph on one of my photos this gentleman has. I'll be right back.
So
But you surely get mustachioed because Khandra don't have mustaches.
what's
known.
at stake for you here? If you beat this, if you win, what are you wanting to get out of it?
Inflict damage on him.
What does victory
I want
look
him
like
to start
for you?
thinking. Yeah, I want him to like start thinking that he's actually got bad data. Like he thought one thing about
Okay, so you went
Dixon,
into
and
question
he's
himself
wrong.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's putting everything together fine, but what if he has bad puzzle pieces, right? He knows he's great at putting them together, but if he's been fed bad information, start doubting him.
So I
Maybe
think
he starts
we've
to
got
think
the
books have
scene.
been cooked.
Is the two of you standing in front of an alcohol store. Dusty roads, heavily trampled upon. Folks are walking around in the background, kind of deal. Certainly. For sure. Now, let's talk about some dice, right? That's why we're here, to talk about dice. It's not to tell stories.
Let's talk about dice, folks.
What
We're all
is
just rolling them bones.
what is your wit score? As you are
My
attempting to
amazing wit store, and for the record, fuck charm. I don't need to charm anyone. I use my wits like every fucking episode 3 times, for no reason, and never use my physique. But it's okay. 3.
I mean,
1, 2, 3. Count
Okay.
them.
So, you start with the character with lowest wits and end with the character with highest wits. So, his wits are 5. You will declare your action first.
Okay, so
And he will get to respond to that. So, the person who is most able to respond goes last and is like, oh, now that I know what everybody else is doing, I can do what I want. So, what is
Now-
your intention here? I will point out, using your physique to intimidate him and be like, stop asking questions. You're wrong. I'm not who you think I am, and I'll give you a thumping. That's the thing you can do, but it sounds like so far you've been using wits as your sword and shield.
yeah. Well, I mean that's just how I play. So
Yeah, I get
mean,
that. I get that. So, what is your action?
my action is
you could also argue like
deflect
influence.
naturally. Like I do want it to just seem like, since I did kind of like, I'd be like, oh, I'll go back to telling the lie that isn't quite the lie, because I do consider myself to be kind of a different thing these days. Everyone calls me a faceless immortal. It's kind of a new title bestowed. So yeah, I'm just trying to be tricky so that someone that's used to spotting lies will see that I'm telling the truth because I'm just omitting the truth.
Okay. What would you like to target on him? You get to pick which resilience you'd like to attack.
Will.
If it's ridiculous, I'll just be like, no.
This-
Willpower is completely and utterly a good choice.
Yeah.
He is going to attack using his wits. Oh, I'm sorry. You also pick what traits you're going to do. So we assemble our die pools
Okay.
at this point. No, that's next step. My bad.
All right, next step. All right,
Next step. Okay.
everyone's
Dice
wrong.
Are not
Everyone's
in
wrong
oh,
forever.
no, that is correct. As each action is described, gather dice.
All
So,
right.
let's dice it up with you, Daryl.
Okay, my
What will
action
you
dice.
use to support your brush it off attack?
I'm just a humble reporter.
So you get your
seek
3 wits.
Seek worthiness, because I have part of my seeking worthiness is keeping a secret of my chondroness,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Wild West reporter, because that's what I'm known as, not known as a chondra.
Okay.
I mean, it's I have like a profession that started 10 years ago, doing a couple photos here and there, and now
I almost feel like that trait would work against you, since you've specifically been like, you have
no
I've been
childhood.
following it. You don't have a childhood.
What about spout lore to deflect?
Census data.
Census data.
um
Taking a page out of the
Census
Salto
data.
book, I see.
I mean, you realize this
I'm
guy
sure I
could
avoid
read
all
an
censuses.
almanac and then
Yeah.
later regurgitate every piece of it.
Salto needs that power.
Yeah. Well, all Salto needs to do is
but
cross the
thing
plains.
is, I mean, I probably
If you want to use
stole
Wild
this
West Reporter,
body,
let's
so
throw
probably
it
has
in.
a past.
That's a good point. Maybe you could spout
I thought
lore.
this was
Yeah.
I thought this
Is
was a
it a true
person you
body?
like made up yourself by like gathering up bones. Is this someone who died in your
Yeah,
your-
I mean, I
okay,
didn't
so
think-
maybe instead of saying you don't have a past, he said something more like your personality changed greatly after the accident or something like that.
And then you could spout lore to be like, well, I took a hit on the head. That's not a nice thing to say.
Spout lore is not going to help you here, unless you have not specifically not for that.
Yeah.
There
So,
are ways you
seaworthiness.
could use spout lore. That's not one of them.
Wild West reporter.
I also grew a mustache after the accident.
So how about like when was the last time someone reliably saw a chondra?
People talk about it all the time. The immortal, faceless immortals just like handing out earrings and such. No one's ever like photographed one.
Right. So that's what I mentioned. I said, I've spent some time photographing very rare scenes, interesting people, anything I can find. And if I knew where to find a chondra, I would have the only known photographs of such a thing. Turning a mirror to my photography machine, making myself a rich man for the photo would have been done long ago, sir. But
I was gonna say he would just be like, "Yeah, why don't you just take a picture in a mirror?"
Yeah.
But you just got that off, so good work. Yeah. So how many dice does that bring you up to? 5?
yeah.
One,
So
two.
5.
No, he's got 3 actually there, so that's 6 total.
What 3 traits are you calling on?
Seek worthiness, Wild West Reporter, and spout lore.
Oh,
because
okay.
he's saying
Yeah, 6.
people are
So
rear.
6, and I have to split these up, right?
You don't have to choose to split them up until you act.
Okay.
When you act, and if he acts before you, you can commit those dice to defense rather than choosing. That's what we've been doing wrong. Is you don't have to commit the dice until you are attacked. So he's gonna just call your bullshit and just start bringing up reams of data he has, regurgitating how different your writing style became after your accident. Your uncanny knowledge for old-fashioned things and certain terms and phrases that you've used.
I'm like, oh, I had a secret lover, rather elderly woman. I was a little embarrassed about it at the time. Of course, that wouldn't be any of our census information, would it? But yeah, she taught me all about her.
Motherfucker.
So he has wits 5, and
Such an old-fashioned woman, and I really took a liking to her. We spent some time together.
he's using highly observant, methodical, and skilled detective for another 3.
So he's got a lot more dice. But
He's
that's
not
okay.
going to use his copper ferrochemy yet, but if he needs to start pulling up memories, he will.
Yet.
I mean, when he starts blowing those copper dice, it's going to get really sick. There's going to be huge piles of dice on his side of the table. But yeah, for now, he's just going off of what he has in his actual memory that he called up for this specific situation with 8 dice.
Okay. 6 versus 8.
Yes.
Okay, so now I can just use my 6 to strike mightily with my stories of old sexy ladies times and hand injuries to the pinky, changing writing styles.
I'm sure you have so many actual, true, factual stories of sexy times with old ladies.
Yeah. So that's easy.
Hey, you know what? I forgot something. You have 7 dice because you gave him a circumstance dice earlier, and we forgot about it.
Ah.
You need 2 circumstance in order to get a dice, but I'll give that to
A
you.
terrible roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you don't roll yet. The person with the most action dice acts first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you said the person with the lowest wits.
No, the lowest wits declares first, and then highest action dice acts first. It's like a
Yeah,
2-part
Oh,
initiative system.
he has 8. He gets to go first.
Yes. So I will keep that roll if you're not going to commit anything to defense on this, and you just want to let him swing.
Okay.
But Arthur
well,
did
I mean,
give you
it's a
another
pretty
dice.
shit roll.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I'll roll my final.
Wait, so are you swinging with everything and not committing any defense dice? Because otherwise you have to wait for him to act.
Well, I only have 1 unspent one anyways. I'm just gonna roll it, and we're gonna say fuck.
No,
it.
no, no. What he's saying
Okay.
is, if you're
Boom.
Okay, pair of
pair of
fives.
5s.
There
Yeah,
you go.
okay.
all
That's
right.
pretty good.
So I mean, he makes his attack, and you have no defense against this.
Mhm.
It's fine. He's gonna fuck it up.
No, he doesn't. So he's gonna hit for 2
Unacceptable.
to your willpower, which is gonna
And my willpower is already down. 2
yeah.
from
So
last
you're gonna
time?
go from
Oh,
6
shit.
to 4, and you're gonna take a serious burden here. Let's figure out what cool burden.
But then you hit him for 5 with 2 nudges. So
That's not how. He's not gonna hit for 5. What are you, crazy?
you got a pair of 5s.
That's not how you deal 1 point of damage if you succeed,
Oh, then how did he deal 2?
because he used a nudge.
Oh, all right. So he also hits for 2 is the point.
Insect got 2 nudges.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can say
well
got
then.
2 nudges.
All right, so 3 damage. Well, that's more.
Assuming he wants to use all the nudges for damage, that's certainly a thing you can do.
I've already hit his willpower once.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping track. This douche.
Oh, you have a phobia too, right? You have a phobia of fence posts. That's not down there.
Oh. Where does
Yeah,
that
you need to
go?
put down serious burden phobia of fence posts.
I'm pretty sure there are no fences.
Oh, there are. They're on a deck right out in front of a store, and I feel like
Oh,
next
traits
turn
and
I'm gonna
burdens.
call on that. Yeah, you get a new serious burden. You are fascinated with this man's drive. So just put fascinated, agent of inquiry. You're just, whether you admit it or not, you're very interested in what this man has to say and why he's so driven towards Kandra. Maybe it's your seek-worthiness or maybe it's your destiny, but something draws you towards this man. Now, let's talk about your role. You will deal 1 point of damage. He put nothing on defense. He went all attack. Do you want to commit both of your nudges towards that? That'll be 3 points of damage.
And that people get burdens when you give them huge amounts of damage, right?
Well, I mean, it has to beat a certain amount, but yes.
Can I spend 1 to do an extra damage and then 1 to gain an insight about the target?
I believe that's even a thing that it says, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
gain an insight about the conflict or target.
Hey-o.
Or hint from the narrator.
Because now I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah. So you're going to deal 2 points of willpower damage to him, which is going to bring him from 9 to 7, which is not enough to trigger a burden.
3 damage, man. Nuts.
However, I think probably as a immortal, faceless immortal, you probably have heard. I mean, there's only been like 4 copper keeps in all of history, but their powers are kind of well known because they themselves are almost always archivists and documenters. They keep very well written notes about their own powers, and so they're the best known of all Twinborn compounders.
Okay.
And if this guy was to talk to you and a second Kandra about any variety of subjects, he would be able to relive those events. And if he talked to you about enough things, he would be able to get a factual picture of huge amounts of history, like centuries, using his ability to stitch memories together.
All right. Can I get any sense of like maliciousness about it?
I don't think that will come as part of this role. I
Okay,
think
yeah,
that
then I just deflect.
you got the insight that you've earned so far. It's definitely something you could aim for in the future or further.
Okay. Yeah, so I just keep deflecting as he's asking all these questions, and that's ridiculous. Oh, everyone knows that I was went to school in 3 different schools, so I shipped around, and how records aren't kept as well as they should be. On and on, prattling.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you take complications during conflicts. There was some question about whether or not that happens. Let's look it up. Because if so, you're both going to be throwing a huge number of complications at each other.
I was going to say I didn't read the rules, but I literally read the rules earlier today. But I don't remember that part.
Good job.
Negative outcome difficulty. I think so. I think you're both about to throw a shit ton of negative complications at each other. For sure. Let me just confirm though. Sorry, this is the worst. I'm the worst. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do the rules right this time, and then I'm like, oh fuck. When you roll a negative outcome, okay, so it's only that's only on your end. Okay, so neither side gets a complication. All right.
We don't give you gain them when you fail. You don't give them.
Yeah, you gain them when you fail. Okay. Or you can hand them out in contests.
That's great news.
Not conflicts.
That's great, amazing news, Arthur.
Let's
continue forward.
Roll back to the beginning of the round. You, what action would you like to take as you have the lowest wits?
The action I'd like to take is to push my way past him and end the conversation.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to... You're attempting to physically outrun him.
Yeah, I just first I'll give him more of a push than I really should to try to get him to stumble backwards, and then I will quickly turn the corner and
So you're targeting his health with this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. And he does not look very strong, so you could very much get a large amount of good stuff out of this. He's going to do the same thing, same attack, nothing special, except maybe we might tap on some copper. Let me figure out if that's the thing I can do in this situation. Copper ferrochemy. Drawing from a copper mine. Each charge you tap, you gain 1 lost piece of information or trait. The information is indelible. You recall with perfect clarity. Okay, so you gain 1 die roll that can be added to a pool. All right, so he's going to compound real quick, and he's going to add 5 dice to his pool.
Oh, you know what I want to do, actually? I want to shove him, and then I want to buy just a tiny bit of time. I want to walk back into the... Actually, no. I'll leave. Forget it. Yeah, I'll just leave. Trying to, escape after knocking him over.
Okay, he is using 1 charge of copper to compound it into 10, and turning those 10 memories of specific situations that he has tagged you as being a possible Khandra or a Khandra sympathist, and bringing them out. So he's like, what about when you mentioned the word Kalumphni at the Fall Oaks Massacre? That seems like a very specific thing. In fact, in your musings...
That's actually how I sneeze. Kalumphni.
In your musings on the address at Far Oaks, you mentioned some very specific wording that only Tensoon, in the words of Founding, has ever been seen saying.
Oh, yeah, someone must have forgotten that I was actually reading from a piece of literature, not actually speaking for myself that day, you see. It's all out of context.
Let's see here. If you're going to be pushing him around, he definitely
Now, if you'll excuse me, sir.
Defense die. So he's going to commit 6 dice to defense. 5, 6. That leaves him with 7 dice. What do you... I'm sorry. You know what? I jumped the gun. I didn't actually ask to assemble your die.
Okay.
And you know what? He's going to call upon your fascination of him. So you are going to get an advancement, and he's going to get an extra die. So mark down that you gain a advancement for this round. Yeah. Let's talk about setting up your die roll. I definitely jumped the gun, so I apologize. You get 6 dice for physique.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else, any traits you want to call upon?
Not really. I mean, I'm just jettying out. It's not really in my wheelhouse of traits.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm going in the opposite direction of all the fence posts.
Okay. So, I mean, there's no...
Well, you can still call on seek worthiness for the exact same explanation you used previously.
Yeah. I have to keep my shit, and I can't just murder him myself. I would also just do that if I could. So I have to seek worthiness, which means I can't go around murdering people, and I can't go around being like, I'd be all like conjure up in this biatch. So I'm just noping the hell out of there. So
Okay.
6 and then 7 for seek worthiness. That sounds
Circumstance dice they gave you earlier.
I'll let you call upon the circumstances right now. You've been in the area. You know it. He's definitely not wanting to engage in a physical conflict with you. That's not going to work out well for him. He might be tall, but he is not strong.
Oh. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So who has the higher dice pool? Oh, we have the same dice pool. Right? Was he wrong?
So what do you have now? 7? 8?
I have 8.
You both have 8. Player characters go first.
Okay.
And
Strike him down.
oh, yeah, because he committed 6 to his
Holy
pool.
shit.
Yeah, that's a big roll right there.
Shoving people. I'm the best at shoving people.
Yeah.
Do all the damage. Give him a burden.
We'll see if he can counter. Paired 5s with 2 nudges.
Wow.
Yep. That's
dice are
gonna
on
cancel
fire
out.
today.
You are just gonna have 1 nudge.
I just nudge him over onto his ass. Then.
I mean, that's still a win,
That's a
right?
win.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what conflict has to say about matching dice. I don't think we've ever had this happen before, where 2 conflictors.
See, the thing is, I should auto win since I have 3 5s. Like that's
I agree, but the system doesn't work that way,
Doesn't work
unfortunately.
that
well,
way.
well, let's figure out how the system does work before Wreckage goes too deep on this.
Let me tell you the problem with dice pool systems.
Determine dice.
Dice pool systems are un-American, pooling all your resources into one big pile for all the socialists to take from.
There's challenge or contest. This is important. May sign a difficulty. Step 2, resolve actions. Take declared action. Blah, blah, blah. Action dice become a defense die. So, target spends, blah, blah, blah. Defend. Doesn't really say what happens if you defend and there's a pair. Most successful actions are happen as either. Alright. Contest. There we go. Character with the highest numbered set wins the contest. Boom. Which means nothing. In the event of a tie, the character with the most nudges wins. Okay. So, you get 1 damage from winning it. And then, what do you want to do with your nudge?
Damage.
I mean, can I use the nudge to tangle him up in a bunch of crap so I can get the hell out of there?
Yeah. If you want to, like, have him run
There's just
into,
like a coiled up a rope, like sitting somewhere. He stumbles into it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a thing you can do. It's definitely a dramatic flourish that puts him in a bad situation. So you're dealing 1 point of damage again, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so he's down to 4 willpower damage off of 10. So he drops from 7 to 6, which is still not enough to inflict a burden.
You gotta do the damage.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
He's trying
I'm
to escape and evade.
Slowly doing damage. It's the safest way I think is possible.
Wow, that's gonna be a fucking huge hit right there.
How did he roll 8 dice after committing 6 to the defense?
Because he had 14 to start with.
Yep.
Well, that would explain it.
Yep.
Jesus.
Too many.
He doesn't have any action dice left over, so swinging for catching a beat will do nothing. He'll have nothing to work with. But he is going to hit for 4 points of willpower damage, for sure.
That takes me out. Kills me.
You hit 0 willpower then?
Mhm.
Okay, well, let's figure out what happens at 0 willpower.
Girl, no.
Dun, 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 dun. He gets exactly what he wanted, of course.
Say it's immortal. No.
If he had done the damage, you could have burdened him, and that would have.
I like the way he went about this, though. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is not gonna go great for you. I gotta figure
Have
out.
a brain aneurysm and die. What?
That's not quite. Damage is in defeat. Okay, so you hit 0. What are my choices here? Your resilience equals 0. You are defeated. The following effects take place. The stakes are applied. You get either a grave or mortal burden, and you suffer one of 3 fates. At 0 willpower, you are demoralized, unable to resist acting on a single emotion or impulse suggested by the attacker. You lose 2 dice when making rolls with any of your power. So if you try to use your mimicry until your willpower is restored above 1 point.
That includes my regeneration as. Oh, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, your regeneration is a subset of mimicry. So yes. And I need to figure out whether he wants to do grave or mortal. So let's see what he can throw at you in the mental conflict side of things. Oh boy, wow, that's gonna be hilarious. Okay, so yeah, he throws a split personality burden on you.
I'm sorry.
I have to.
What?
So you now have a second personality that is the old
It's
Kinsey.
really pissed off.
It's Arturo. It's Kinsey when he was pretending to be Arturo.
Shit, let me. Pull up a
Those
VOD.
memories have been dredged up by him pushing you over and over again, and now you remember being that guy from before, and all of the pain that comes with it has destroyed you. Like, you suddenly remember having to leave Odalys.
I remember plunging down the outside of the manor in the rain towards the ground, realizing that it was all over because I could see freaking.
And so as
What's
you're
his name?
cutting around the corner, tripping him up in rope, he's just screaming at you. You're a Khandra! I know that you're a Khandra. I have all of the evidence. I've been compiling it for years. Tell me, Daryl, what is your true name, Khandra?
It's Toby.
As you're
Get wrecked.
as you have, as you reach 0 resilience in your willpower, you do have to bow to his impulse here.
Okay, then God, what? Hold on, I can't say it until I
Can say.
figure out what the hell does Kinsey sound like, people?
It's Lord Arturo.
Actual
Arturo.
Kinsey? What does actual
What's that
Kinsey
one?
sound like?
Yeah, I mean, what does Kinsey sound like?
Well, you were saying Arturo, right?
Yeah.
Which I think spoke like this.
Yes, he did.
Call
Yep.
me Kinsey. It's my true name.
So his eyes gleam at you, and he's like, "We have so much to talk about, Kinsey. Why don't we get a drink and sit down for a while?"
Arthur?
Yeah. What's up, Dixon?
All right, he's the Terminator now. I'm scared.
I wanna ask a question, Arthur.
Yep.
Could I, and I expect you'll say no, but I'm going to try anyway because I think it'd be great. Could I make a spirit roll to have been showing up to try and find Daryl at
Why
that
would I
moment?
say no to that? That's exactly what spirit rolls are for.
Boom. All right. Let's
talk about it. So you want to know catching a lucky break. Yeah, it's going to be catching a lucky break. It sounds pretty unlikely that you would leave your house to go to get some alcohol yourself, right?
I'm not going to get alcohol. I'm leaving to find Daryl and tell him about my interaction with Coop.
That also sounds pretty unlikely, right? That you would come
I
across
mean,
him right
He
here,
was
right
pretty
now.
disappointed when I didn't when he
you
was
know,
like,
alcohol
"Wait, he's not coming back to my place to talk about it." Like, you know.
So I mean,
it's not very good booze here. I mean, I could make spirit roll and show up.
I mean, I'm not suggesting I'm literally going alone and wandering through the streets, but perhaps taking my carriage and like I see him and then I get out and boom, I hear that.
I will say that this is dubious.
Okay, that's fair.
Difficulty 3.
Dubious.
I mean,
you get-
it's not super unlikely that someone attempting to find Daryl and stumbling upon the guy who was just looking for Daryl and being like, I wonder if Daryl's with that guy.
So, can you call on traits for spirit rolls?
Yes. Do you really only have 2 spirit?
Yep.
You can't even
Oh,
attempt
my.
this, buddy.
But I can add dice to my pool because
It doesn't matter because if your spirit drops to 1, you can't roll dice. Oh, you
Yeah,
know
but
what?
I-
No, you're right. You can do
That's
this.
not
You
true
can do
because
this.
Chromium and adds dice.
Okay, so the point is, even if you add traits to it, the
Right.
problem is you can't drop it any further past this. You can spend it, drop to 1, but you will not be able to go further than that. Because if it goes to 0, you're just going to fall over.
Right.
With no willpower. You're
Well,
just going to
spirit-
be like, please help me! And then be like, oh, God. Oh, my whole life is meaningless. God has abandoned me.
Right, but that's right. Spirit, if I
Okay.
have to spend spirit anyway. Right. So, natural leader, because one of my cronies is unaware of one of our problems.
I was going to say associates. He's not truly a crony yet, but I'll let you take natural leader for sure.
Okay. Then I would like to say conniving, just because I want to get him in on the scheme to murder this guy right away.
I don't think finding him is conniving. That's rough.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll accept that. And now an ancillary question.
I'm gonna find him so good he won't even know how I found him.
I'll sneak up behind him and grab him right on the waist. It'll be hilarious.
Okay, Palpatine. I have a secondary question, Arthur.
Beta screams like a girl. It's hilarious.
If I am using chromium to generate dice in the spirit roll, can I use it to re-roll?
Yeah.
All right. All right. then I
So
got-
you can spend up to what, 4 chromium to add 4 more dice to this because your rating is 4.
Uh-huh. All right,
I
then.
love how you're just banking on giant piles of luck to make this luck roll about luck.
I mean,
I
This is literally his power.
I need to look harder. I need to look harder into this luck.
Well, Wreckage, I'll tell you this. Your good lucky rolls are over. I'm activating my API card, my boy. When you roll 3 ones, you'll feel real stupid.
the API hacks.
How did
There
this
is no
happen?
known technique that counters them.
I'm
How
glad
does
that
he-
everyone went with that, by the way. It was so good.
All right. Do I have a DC here?
Yeah, 3. You're looking
All
to
right.
bank a 3.
Yep, 3s and 2
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, you fucking destroy that.
So I show up just in time to hear my true name is Kinsey.
Yep, yep. You pull up with
in
your
a deep,
carriage,
dark
and maybe you're
voice.
bursting out of it,
And
and
I'm here to say.
you can hear that his tone of voice, the way he's speaking, is different. It's just like talking to Coop, and that the way he's acting and talking, maybe you believe that he's also a copper burner? I don't know. You know what? I'll let you spend those nudges. One is to like arrive as it's literally as it's happening, and the other is to recognize that Kinsey would be a very Kandra-ish name.
Yeah, I can put it together from there. Like
Yep.
that's fine enough for me because he was asking about Kandra. Like,
Damn.
and I see presumably Coop with and Ace Attorney, like you're a Kandra.
No, he's on the ground wrapped in ropes, if I recall correctly.
Oh, he's just shouting through the ropes.
Yeah.
All right. So he's got a very Ace Attorney, but up through some ropes.
Right.
Right. So, yeah. Dixon is going to be like he was like, oh, oh, okay, and like blink around the corner and be like, oh, okay, I will watch this play out.
Okay, so you have chosen to show up and do nothing. I got
And
it.
hear the information, Arthur. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. So the two of you sit down for drinks with Dixon sneaking around the corner in a daisy-like fashion. And while that's going on...
So I basically just have to drink with him because I have 0 willpower.
No. Technically, no. You told him what he wanted to know, and he's inviting you to go drink.
And he's on the ground, tied up with rope. I leave.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right. If Daryl just leaves, then I run into him, and say, Mr. Hart, so glad that I caught you.
Not feeling well. Give me a few moments. I need to pull myself together.
Are you gonna switch personalities now?
I just turn away from you, and I'm like hanging my hand, my head in my hand, and I'm just like quiet for a few moments. I turn back towards you, and then turn back away again. What can I do for you, Mr. Beaumont?
I was just going to find you and ask how our little interaction went, and to give you a bit more information. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, I feel quite odd, actually. Everything is fine. You can expect Briga to be acting very soon.
Would you like a ride? Would you like a ride to your domicile, Mr. Hart? I think you need to lie down.
Yeah, I look around confusedly for a minute. I'm like, yes, thank you. And I'll climb up onto his carriage.
All right, I get him into the carriage. Have to get him to stop talking about that in the open air where there are 10 eyes. Second half to be like, well, what's happening here? So tell me, Virgil, how does that carriage ride go?
Probably very quiet, answering all your questions. Yes, he said it's very quickly. I also delivered several dozen liters of alcohol.
Oh? That's an interesting choice. Out of your own funds, I assume.
Of course, it's nothing to me, really. My stories and my photographs is what carries me.
Interesting. Very interesting, sir.
Trailing off all my sentences.
So I want to cut forward to Daisy and Disha. I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of the new characters, and we need to do something with them, right? What's happening? At some point, I insist that someone has to mediate between the thugs and McFanning. It must happen.
Pushing that down the line
I
so
mean-
steadily.
Arthur,
It's now got momentum, and we can do it next week.
Arthur, we never wanted to do that.
That
SciFri wrote
was
that
never
in.
the plan, actually.
It's
That
fine.
was
We've had a
literally never the
dozen
plan.
good scenes. We can do it. I'm just glad we got all those scenes in between.
Yeah, but I'm stuffy because that was never my plan. But oh well, it's fine.
Yeah, so maybe it's the next day.
Mediating between the thugs and what's her face is literally on the plan.
Yeah. So
I
that's,
know.
What they're
because
saying is SciFri
that's not
wrote
what
down.
we said for
SciFri
SciFri to write down. We
like
said something
SciFri
else.
just showed up
He
in
wrote
chat
that down.
for you guys to. That's the first thing he's gonna hear is you guys shit talking him.
Like
You guys are assholes.
No, look, this
Yeah,
is like
I wouldn't hire him as court stenographer, Arthur. I'll tell you that much.
we had some problems with him interpreting the plan.
The
during-
plaintiff said something about a bruised apple, or maybe it was a bruised knee. I wasn't paying attention.
Regardless, I'm doing the Cobellian thing and saying it's on your character sheet. So,
Yeah, there we
let's
go.
talk
Fine.
about. I mean, choose better friends next time. Choose better archivers.
All right. Well, I did my part for this. I'm definitely not going to be around for like the fight.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess we have to do the
Well,
thing that's on the sheet. Damn you,
Reasons
SciFri.
would absolutely love.
He's just
Yeah.
laughing at us.
Maybe yes. It's the next morning, and like we're going to do that. It's like early, and we come in mainly because I want to have. I just want to show it because we've been talking about it. We come in and see like Desha's in the back in like the back. Like I assume there's like the manor, and there's like some sort of like yard or like a port, like an outside area, and that's where Desha has her stuff set up for painting. So she has like a couple canvases, a couple of the stands, and like a few canvases and stuff, and then like painting supplies on a table, and she's out there like doing her thing. I think she's painting from memory, and it's like the rail station from yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Nice. I love it. So
Is
yeah,
it-
I think like you're in the middle of painting that, and like Daisy walks up to you, like saunters up and like obsesses your painting for a moment, like, you know, like thumbs in hooked into her belt loops.
Oh, jeez.
And finally she says, well, if what I heard from yesterday is correct, my dear brother wanted you to go have some words with some people, and I'm supposing you might need a ride out there.
One moment, and she like touches something really, really tiny. There, perfect. And then she was
It's
just putting her
the-
stuff away.
It's the coin that the coin shop kid is
She's got a
dropping on the
little
ground.
tiny, like light
Yeah.
brown copper looking mark, like right underneath, like on the ground.
Yep.
There.
I have no idea how you do this. This is so amazingly lifelike.
Thank you, Miss Stacy. I enjoy it.
Now, I'm supposing that you have directions out to this this site where we are going to have some words with some people.
Yes, we can head out there whenever you are ready.
Mayhap I can have some words and you can just look intimidating. Now, we don't need to tell my brother that's what's happening, but I think between you and me, that might be the best scenario.
If you say so. I think that's probably part of her orders is like, when I'm not around, listen to Daisy. So
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so-
are you driving Miss Daisy or is she driving herself?
Nobody
Boo!
drives my Landau. Nobody drives my Landau.
Oh my God. Why didn't you at least put the glasses on beforehand so I knew to shut off my audio?
No, nobody drives my Landau.
wrecked.
Oh man.
You
Yeah,
know
so we get
what?
back-
You know what? Wreckage, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I always forget to put my headset back. It's
Highlight,
the third day in a row I've done that.
highlight reel.
You
Oh.
did that yesterday, and
Wait for it.
Deal with it.
There we go.
I need to get a string contraption that just lowers it down.
you're just like
but then it gets stuck right here.
so good.
Deal with it.
Yeah, so we head out to the car, and then we get to it, and then I look down, I open the door again, and I'm sorry, I will have to dirty the seat again with my feet.
And now, I told you that's not a big deal. We have servants to clean this up. If you apologize to anybody, you're going to need to apologize to Anastasia, who cleans my car.
I will.
I just nod.
Yeah, so she gets in and then shuts the door.
And of course you get into the back seat because you always do. And
Yeah. Even if May's not there, that's kind of just what happens.
Right. And of course, Daisy like whistles and May jumps up into the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And and then we head over to wherever the place is.
So, what is the plan for Daisy and Dasher when you arrive? I guess you kind of know that Breaker and his boys are supposed to show up today and attack the farm. So, what's the deal with you guys?
So I assume we're supposed
we
to
have it as an in-character conversation on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, and I will play May.
So I mean, Desha is going to be standing in for Flint in what his role
but
would
I
have
want to know what Desha and Daisy decide to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as we've already seen, Daisy's like, fuck Dixon's plans, he's dumb. So,
Miss Stacy, do you know what we're supposed to be doing?
As far as I understand it, what we are supposed to be doing is keeping these boys off the property. We're supposed to put up a show of force and make my brother look good.
Yes, I believe they are also employed by him, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
I suppose that means we ain't killing nobody today.
Jesus Christ.
Not today.
Is my sister more evil than me? Like, I'm willing to kill people, but she's like bloodthirsty.
I said we weren't killing anybody.
You said it like, oh.
So she's super naive and she's never killed anybody. And so she thinks that it's going to be cool to do so. But she hasn't actually done it.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know.
We will have to make it look good, though. Make them believe it's real. But I don't think it will be. That will be the difficult part, making it look as though it is actually happening when it is a ruse.
Well, I suppose that we're going to have to put up a good show. All right, we'll head out there to the farm, and we're gonna let Miss McFanny. Is that right?
McFanny, yes.
We're gonna let her know that we're here on behalf of Dixon Beaumont, and we're ready to protect her from whatever ruffians make their way out here.
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Car noises.
So as you get there,
Model T.
the Breaker and his boys are riding up on their like huge steps ponies. So I mean, the horses are short, but they're large and wide and have huge fucking muscles to support the large number of Kolos-blooded in his gang. And they run an array of colors from deep blue to like a gray of Kolos-blooded. Breaker himself, rather than having his twin butcher knives, has an enormous Kolos sword on his back. Basically like a small aircraft wing. And enormous gold bands on his forearms. Great. They've got like stretchy bands so that if he flexes, they'll get larger and smaller. They're like attached by like rubber bands.
Yeah.
He's also got a Granger 30-30 rifle, and they're riding up. There's about 5 ranch hands who are sitting behind fence posts with their rifles or pistols propped up on it, kind of defending themselves right now. No one shot anything yet.
I would like to state for the record that we are coming from a completely different direction.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so
Zero
they're
chance
lining
of
in
the
straight
state.
lines, 5 of them versus 30, at the front gate of the farm. Perhaps right where the last attack was and where all of the fence posts are patched up.
So yeah, I think Daisy pulls up and like I just watched like this gif of somebody doing like a really cool like speed into parallel parking stop.
If you describe this as being really awesome, I'm going to insist that you roll for it.
I mean,
What kind of check is a drive check in
I
physique?
absolutely think that's important to do, even though I'm shitty at physique.
Okay.
Because
But you have no powers. You should be good at everything.
I mean, I'm great at charm and I'm really good at wits, and I have more resources.
You
than
have
you.
2 physique. Oh, oof.
I like how
It's
she says
okay.
she's the best at shooting, but with 2 physique, she's literally the worst at shooting.
No, I use wits for shooting.
Jesus, what the hell is that?
I use wits for shooting
How does that happen?
because I'm taking time and I'm aiming.
Oh,
It's
you're
not
using the aim action. Okay.
all the
you know-
time.
You know that
Everything.
aim. Oh, you have fast aiming.
No,
There we
I
go.
have fast aiming.
I was
That
gonna
is my
say,
skill.
You
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
takes
okay.
a whole round, but now you got
No,
fast aiming, so
doesn't.
you're literally revolver oceloting. You're just like, ah, pow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
it's high
don't-
noon.
Don't
It's
shit with me.
high noon.
Well, okay. I guess you get to use wits for your
Uh-huh.
dice pool.
No, you use physique because this isn't shooting. This is driving a car.
All right.
That's
So when you
okay.
flip the Landau and kill everybody, it's gonna look real bad.
No, that's okay. I'm ambidextrous, which means that while I'm like shifting gears and turning the wheel, I'm totally.
You don't have to sell me on this one. Yeah.
I mean,
You're
have
they're
you driven
listen. I don't know how to use manual transmission, but I assume that you're
Get out.
jacking
Get out.
the
Get
crank
out right
while
now.
you're flooring a pedal down and hydraulicizing the
Yes.
third
And
gear.
there's
So she gets
fucking
the
knobs
You have to use both.
everywhere.
Because
There's
Arthur
knobs
doesn't know what
everywhere.
As you drop the transmission, you settle in the crankshaft for
That's what ambidextrous is for. It's I can
Yep.
do all of those things.
yeah.
And,
Wreckage. On the bright side, when she destroys it in a fiery wreck, then no one can steal it from us.
Well, on the bright side, if she just like takes out all the defenders, then the gang just burns the farm down and we win.
GG, we win.
We still win. My sister's dead. Disha's dead. We have like I die in mourning. You've lost your mind already in this episode. So
Yeah.
I guess we roll up new characters when she.
Yeah, we win and also lose.
It's one of those, it's one of those winlesses.
What is the power that you have that lets you? So fast aiming lets you shoot and aim at the same time. What is the one that lets you use wits? Because aiming just reduces the difficulty by 1.
So.
Yep.
If you look at duel, it says you use either.
That's
if you're
only if you're in a
dueling-
pistol duel. That's literally
Right,
2 people.
Right, and it explains that physique is for drawing faster, and wits is for aiming better.
Yes, that is only for pistol duels.
So show me where it says that for regular normal shooting, I use
Regular
physique.
normal shooting is a physique.
No, there's no way that's
It
true.
definitely is. Only
If-
using wits is only for pistol duels.
If for any reason I would have thought that was true, then it would have been 3 and 3.
We will talk about it after the game for sure.
After you crash your
Challenging. I feel that if you wanted to flavor your characters being really good at shooting because she's always in duels, that would definitely be a thing.
No, because
But-
she's not always in duels. She's been target practicing, which is where wits comes into play. This is not about being fast. This is about using your brain and aiming the gun properly.
Is physique. Yeah. You will have to find a source that says you can use wits, because otherwise everything else is saying physique for shooting, except for that one thing.
If you're looking, I mean, I've searched like all day today. I've been so hyped about this game. I have been going crazy. And the only thing I've seen about shooting is like with bows and arrows and shit, and that involves physique. But
yeah, ranged attacks are physique as well, which is why this is physique.
But that's not based off of using guns.
So you use a
How
dual
many
wield.
guns have you fired in real life?
Lots.
Not the right question to ask that person.
Okay, hold on a second.
There are several within 10 feet of me right now.
Let's pull it back, because you're not even shooting anybody right now.
That's correct.
You're driving a car.
Mhm.
So we will resolve
Driving
this
a car
rules
is
issue.
Definitely. Okay, driving a car is definitely physique.
You use
And-
ambidexteritis. Anything else?
And I'm ambidexteritis. Yes. Adventurous, because pulling off this is fucking badass. And I would not be doing it if I was not a little bit crazy. And I think also stubborn applies, because I think I can do this and therefore I can. And I'd also like to vie for boyish, because this is not something a girl would normally do. This is my tomboy doing weird trick car stuff coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll.
Someone sent me a private message saying, "Why don't we just tweet at Crafty Games and ask them?" That would be
Mr. Sanderson.
I mean, this is definitely something we should do during the week. Is just have Kelsa tweet them and ask whether you can use
I will definitely
wits
do
to
that.
fire pistols.
I mean,
Outside of a duel.
I will point
Be
out that
specific.
as far as the Alloy of Law book is concerned, it literally only talks about guns in the context of a pistol duel. It
Right.
never talks about it outside of a pistol duel.
Because
at all.
otherwise it's a ranged attack, and ranged attacks are resolved with physique.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
once again, we can kind of.
Sure, but it also doesn't like take the time to say that guns still use physique, especially in another part where it says you can use wits or physique. It's only talking about duels, like you say, but it doesn't say, and in other cases, it's just a normal ranged attack.
It says when you're doing a duel, you use either wits or physique for these two reasons, and you use the lower of the two unless you have a special thing that says otherwise. In a duel, you use the lower of the tool, which implies to me that you get to use your better one in other circumstances, or whichever one more closely applies to those situations described.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you make your car driving dice roll, and then as we describe the outcome, you can tweet Crafty Games.
5.
Well,
5.
it turns out you're really fucking good at driving a car. Tell us how you absolutely
Bam.
crush this
All right.
as you're dropping the
So-
crankshaft.
As I have like as I pull up, as I see them riding up, I'm laying on as fast as I can to pull right up next to like the road is like this and the fence is like this. So I'm driving up and they're coming from the other direction, and so I swerve like this to block the road that they're coming down and just come to a full stop, and we set up. I've got both pistols ready.
Can I jump out of the car and land really cool?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
That's-
You're gonna have to pay a small fee to Marvel if you're gonna do the standard.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think it's all
they own
included in
copyrights to
Daisy's
that.
role. Definitely. If you want to do the 3-point,
Which
Yeah, Here, I'll write the check to Marvel, and then we'll make the roll.
which type of
Okay.
twin-born compounder has enough meta knowledge to say she's gonna do the hero drop?
Oh my god, making Deadpool in this system? Holy shit.
he'd obviously be an Inquisitor for real. Like, for sure. So
For
hemorrhagic.
sure. So much hemorrhagy.
I don't think that Deadpool would do that since he's so conscientious about his looks.
Never, ever,
He didn't have a
ever
choice.
had a choice. They
That's how he
just pinned
became
him to a table and started stabbing him with spikes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Then
Yeah.
he becomes way too doped up on hemalurgy, and then
Yeah, I mean,
meta knowledge.
they gave him too much pewter, and now he's too strong.
Now he
Oh, man.
realizes that he's a character in Mistborn.
That'd be so cool.
It's like, holy shit!
I can't believe they
just a
ported me to
novel.
this weird novel role-playing tabletop game.
I can't even be in
What's going
movies
on here?
or comics. There's no
Oh.
visual interpretation of me at all.
I could look like anything right now, and you would have no idea.
I'm just never gonna.
Until
describe
Errol
myself.
Saito decides what I look like. There's no.
You would. Then we could talk about hair. Oh man.
I'm just not gonna describe myself. I'm never gonna describe myself, and then they'll never be able to draw me, and then I can look like whatever I think I look like.
That is
Yeah. So as Daisy like does her sliding thing, Desha just like lets the momentum, like she like pushes out and lets the momentum just throw her off, and then stands up and unsheaths her big old cleaver. Alrienne.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we're set up, and I like turn over my shoulder, like still pistols aimed at the oncoming gang, to fuck, why can't I remember her name? It's written on my character sheet. Old Lady McFanny. And I'm like, you know, Mr. Beaumont sends his regards. We had
And then you kill her by shooting her in the head.
Mr. Beaumont sends his regard.
Sorry, that's the only thing I could think of when you said that. All right, keep going.
No. Actually, if anything, if I'm gonna shoot anything or anybody, it's those gold armbands on
Pew pew.
Yeah,
What's his
fuck
face?
those guys. Okay.
Okay. Wow, someone sent me a lot of stuff about rulings on the Mistborn Adventure game. No one can find anything about. All the references are to pewter shooting. But more importantly, someone was like, "You're still doing the rules wrong, Arthur." And here's why. I could not have made that attack against Kinsey, because when you are in a conflict and not a contest, extra dice are converted automatically into defense die. So Disha, when you swing with 14 dice, 4 of those will go into your defense die rather than on an attack.
So you didn't actually beat. Do we have to rewrite all?
We're not gonna go back and reverse all of that.
I thought if you caught a break, you could.
We
take
just
those
have to
guys
all
back
remember that I'm better at everything than we think I am.
That's
Even better than we think.
Just have to remember that the crucial piece of information that the NPC is going to use to defeat us was stolen from us by a cheating
Stolen.
PM.
Jeez. I want to point out, all 4 of these people have access to the same rules
It's
that I
true.
have.
It's true.
I have to design
Yeah.
a system from the ground up in my free
Listen,
time.
Wreckage.
Everyone knows that I truly don't give a shit.
I actually have a day job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Listen
fine.
up, guys. It's fine. Let's
I
talk
run
about the
the doctor's
situation we're
office
at
today.
now.
More
Desha,
importantly, I got my badass landing.
you have
Oh.
a badass landing.
Are they scared off?
Daisy, you've whipped out a gun. I mean, they are not scared off. In fact, Brieger's looking oddly at you guys, and he gives you the PC glance like, maybe I'm actually going to attack this woman and take all her shit because I'm a bad dude. And I mean, you're paying me, but not as much as I can take from her. And you get all that in one glance, of course.
I mean, does Brieger know that we work for?
Oh, that's
So-
a good point.
Because of an unfortunate slip of the tongue by SciFri last week, repeated by Virgil this week, the Brugger does in fact know my name and that I am his employer.
Yes.
But did he hear what
He
I
doesn't
said
yet.
to her?
What have you said so far?
We're with Mr. Beaumont, basically.
Oh, so then yeah, he's giving you the nod, like, yeah. I'm a little unsure whether I'm actually going to go through with this plan. If the only thing you're going to scare my 30 men, yeah, like he gives you the look that's like, really, you're going to scare 30 men off with 2 girls, for real?
Can I shoot him before they get here?
I mean, so you want to enter into a physical conflict with him where you are attempting to shoot him dead before he
No.
and the rest of his gang reaches you.
No.
Okay,
no,
then
no.
what is it you would like to do?
I
What?
want to shoot his gold metal mines.
You want to shoot the metal mines off of his body.
Damn
As
straight I
a display of prowess.
yeah. Like I think I'm attacking his reputation, or possibly his willpower. Is there any way I could know which one is weaker?
So you want to go into a conflict. I mean, couldn't this just be a single contest, like a show?
This
of
is
prowess?
okay. What you're doing, I feel that what you're attacking is his health either way, because that's also where his resources are stored at.
Technically.
It's to make a point, not to hurt him.
This is going to be a contest between the two of you. In order for you to succeed, even if you make the die roll, you are going to have to throw a complication on him, right?
And
So
the
you are going to have
complication-
to succeed by at least one above him.
So the way
Or you could enter in a pistol duel with him.
No, there's rules for
Yeah, complications are a way to destroy items on a character and make them lose props.
I'm looking at called shot.
Okay, that's going to be one of the gun rules.
It's actually in the main book, page 201.
Oh.
If the attack exceeds with at least 2 nudges, it hits the desired. It hits as desired and applies the effect as agreed. With
I'm not bad dude enough to rescue the president.
it causes a greater effect. But called shots cannot be used to inflict mortal burdens. And if the attack fails, the attack will fail automatically unless I score 2 nudges.
Okay, then this is going to be very risky for you. Okay,
Absolutely.
let's do it.
I am cocky as shit.
The
I'm-
failure for
I-
this
I
is
want
he's
you to
just
know
going to
that.
get into short enough range now that you're literally drawing and shooting at him. It's going to end badly. So, yeah,
Fine.
let's do this.
Can I like lower his defense die or anything from giving him all the alcohol? Is that going to have any effect?
I will
Just
let
like-
you circumstance die to Daisy for that. You know what? No, I'll lower his die pool. 'Cause
I think that's what it was supposed to do.
it's going to be fucking enormous. His die pool is going to be ungodly.
Yeah, you're not really.
This
making
is
much of a deal.
physical. It's not involving physical strength, so he's not gonna be able to Kolos blood it. But he is 7 physique. I don't know that any of his traits apply. A crack
Shooter.
shot would only be used if he was shooting you, not him.
I didn't
getting
get to
shot.
be 7 physique.
I
Okay.
mean, why didn't you get to be 7 physique?
Because to be a Kolos blooded metalborn, you have to
Right.
take strong powers. So I had to take average attributes, which means I can only put 6 into my physique.
Remember,
Right,
he's
and then
not
as a Kolos, you add 1 for your Kolos blooded trait. Add 1 to physique.
Okay, wasn't the max still 6?
No, you can add 1. It literally says as Kolos blooded, you can max it out to 7, I think.
Your attributes max out as 5 if you have medium.
That would make sense. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
I mean, it's obvious this guy has a bit of experience. You don't become
I know,
a
I know, I
bad
was being-
dude
I was
that
being-
takes out the president of this farm without.
Nobody has any faith in the rules anymore. Arthur, are we even sure that we're supposed to be rolling d6s?
Oh, yeah,
I will let you roll on wits for this particular roll because we're not sure yet. We'll get the official rolling from Crafty Games. What other traits do you want to throw on here?
All of them.
So he's going to drop to 6 because he's drunk and distracted.
Okay.
Good.
I want to take ambidextrous because he doesn't know which gun I'm shooting from.
I don't think that's going to work.
You're just
it's
going to
not.
say no to every ambidextrous, aren't you?
This one specifically, he's not even looking at you over much right now. He's kind of dealing with his own thing. I don't think being like, I don't know which gun I'm going to shoot at your armband with.
How about ambidextrous because you shoot with both guns?
I'm not shooting with both
I
guns
would,
because
if you were to
really
shoot
good
with
thing.
both guns, I would let you take ambidextrous. If you were to use a round from both guns to be like, I'm going to double attack for your...
I looked into that, and if I don't take the stunt, it's super terrible for me. And I did.
I'm not saying you will physically make 2 attacks. You'll make 1 attack. Ambidextrous will be as if you're firing 2 bullets.
The flavor is that you are
flavor.
And it cost me 2 bullets.
Yes.
I'd be willing to take that.
Very well. It is
Okay.
done.
flavor country.
Adventurous, because I need to shoot somebody. Like, I'm out here. I'm hyped.
Let's do this.
This is game time. This is what you train
Maximum
for.
effort.
This is why I'm here.
Are you filled with determination?
I am filled with determination.
The thought
Exclamation.
of taking this old granny's farm fills you with determination.
Okay. Anything else?
Stubborn, because what the hell are you doing out here ruining my business deal?
I am perfecting your business deal.
I don't
What?
think-
Assuming you make this roll, you are perfecting my business deal. If you fail, you fail in a... Never mind.
I don't think
I-
stubborn is going to work for this one
I am
unless you make
very
it.
sure that I can make this roll.
Let's do it.
I am
How many dice do you have? 6?
The begging for dice system.
Ambidextrous.
Because the more he says it, the
adventurous.
more I notice it is just begging for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. 6.
6 and 6.
Surely your education
You
can,
need
like,
2. Oh my
It's the
god!
best roll you could have got.
It's amazing. It's the
Yeah.
best possible roll.
What the?
I had.
Oh
The
my-
best
You will-
possible
You
roll.
cannot
API
beat
could
that.
have got.
You literally,
API
it's
hack.
unbeatable.
Kelsa.
It's
Fuck.
unbeatable.
API hacks.
That
I
is
don't even know how
horseshit.
to roll anymore.
You need 6
What was the
nudges.
line? I'm so sure I could win this roll.
I mean,
Okay.
that's a problem. You have to roll to know how badly this ends for you.
First of all, you should be able to add well-educated because you keep talking about being educated in guns.
I mean,
Second of all, you can technically make that exact same roll. Technically.
But she needs 2 nudges to succeed over the top.
Sure, but
Yeah.
if she just matches, then it doesn't go catastrophically.
I will accept that. Yeah, it's true. Either way, it's going to be a failure, but how bad of a failure it is.
Add that dice and roll and get good luck.
I don't know about well-educated. You know what? You have talked up well-educated about your... Go
That's
ahead and roll an
okay.
extra die. Hope for a 5.
Or
Or
no.
nudge.
I mean, it could happen.
It did happen.
That's a 5. That's a 5.
Yeah.
No nudges, so you still win with a bajillion nudges. But
He's going to spend 3 of them to take a beat. And that beat...
of course.
Okay, that's
He-
better than whatever else.
No,
Yeah, maybe.
that's not very good. He's gonna get
That's
an
bad.
extra beat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's going to take an extra action before Disha and Daisy can respond. He's just going to ride up into short range with her with his sword drawn. What to do with that extra nudge? I mean, it's always nice to have a free one. So no complications here, but what can we throw? An insight about the target, gain a bonus die. Oh, man, gain a bonus action die in the next round. That's, I mean...
Damn it.
Yeah, he's just so juiced. He was like, I gotta lose to Flint Carson, and now it's like 2 little girls, and he's like, oh man, I'm gonna mess them.
Aracito. Aracito, I want to point out that
Little.
that is not the equivalent of rolling a natural 20. The
And also,
statistics of what he just
technically-
did are equivalent to rolling, I believe, 4 natural 20s in a row. Something absolutely absurd.
Also, technically, I could have succeeded that roll if I'd gotten exactly what he got plus plus 1 more nudge. If all 7 of my dice had come up 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5,
Yeah.
I would have succeeded because my gun has the well balanced trait, which means that I need 1 less nudge to do a called shot. Not that it even matters a little bit, but I just wanted to point that out for rules clear.
So it's technically possible that if we got 8 natural 20s in a row as a statistical probability, that she could have won the situation.
I mean, technically,
Arthur literally just rolled 20 natural 20s in a row. I don't even know what the math is. I have a mathematician friend. I'm going to ask him what the math is.
It's not that much. It's
Yeah. So,
around the chance of getting a Yahtzee or whatever.
Yeah, but it's literally, it's not just rolling that.
So
it's
it's 1/6 to the 6th power is the odds of getting that exact roll. And then Let me see if I can I mean, we can do the calculations later.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I want the highlight reel to be like, this was a 1 in a million chance. Literally, one in
when he
6
rides up to
zeros.
us.
Yeah, what is your reaction, Tisha? He is now extremely close. His sword is bigger than your sword. And he looks awfully upset that you just tried to shoot his armband off and missed. And yeah,
He
he noticed
intentionally,
it.
though,
Like you
right?
specifically aim for his armband, which is
Wait.
like that's like saying I'm
Warning
going to
shot.
kill you. More than a shot in the head would deal. Like he could come back from a shot in the head, but he can't come back from his armbands being shot off and then being shot in the head.
I mean, I missed, so does he know that that's what I was shooting for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your major intention's clear as part of your failure.
But she didn't fail that bad.
I mean, she failed enough bad.
Ugh.
I failed freaking 4 goddamn nudges bad.
I'm never ever going to emotionally recover from Arthur rolling the perfect roll.
I mean,
Yeah, so he rides up with his big ass sword, looking really pissed. I do like whoosh with my cleaver, just like a spin. I couldn't think of the word spin. Like a spin of it, and then it's bad because I'm not a good talking character right now. You don't have to do this. There's no point in losing your men.
Who the hell are you?
Desha. And then I look
Am I supposed to know who that is?
I look back and thinking I'm doing good, I say, we're here for Mr. Beaumont.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that.
You're both trying so hard.
I know. We think we're doing so well.
So he's looking over your body very lecherously and like,
Shake it a little bit.
why don't you work for me instead? Could use a woman like you. I got cleavers just like that back home if you want to see them.
I like mine better.
You haven't even seen mine.
I don't need to.
Oh.
So he looks a little upset at that, like, oh.
I don't need to see.
That's
I don't
how
need
you
to
want to
see
play
your
this,
cleavers.
huh?
420 YOLO no scope. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. Now I'm going to keep talking real quiet like this so those farmhands don't hear us. But I'm a little concerned as to why you're trying to shoot my armbands off. I take that as a rather personal offense. I'm also extremely insulted that to drive off 30 men, you brought 2 women. With 2 guns between you?
Are you saying that we ain't got the same balls that you do?
I'm saying you definitely don't have the balls that I do.
That's pretty fucking sexist. You. I don't have
Now,
the words for you.
since
That
they
Look,
have
we're just here to make a show. Aren't you getting paid for this?
Yeah, but it'd be really embarrassing if Brieger's boys were driven off by 2 women.
So the plan says mediating. So I believe I'm actually on my way to actually mediate. But they got there
where the
first.
hell are those 2?
So perhaps the situation can be resolved when I actually come to mediate.
I really want to keep it between Desha and Daisy right now, but if the rest of you are good with Dixon coming in,
I mean, he can be heading here.
of course, for sure.
Right.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, you've dug yourself deep into this hole.
And then I like motion with my cleaver like to
I don't know why you think
the
that.
other big group of people that like are behind the fence.
I mean,
They're
there's
here
only
too.
5 of them. It's not that large.
Oh shit.
There's 5 of them versus 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're up to 7 to 30, which is not even half.
Thank
So
you.
why did he bring
That's
so?
not even a quarter, but sure.
Are they
I mean,
all
it's almost
Koloth blooded?
a quarter.
There's about 10 Koloss blooded. The rest are just gangster, thuggy, bandito types.
I mean, alternatively, I could have just killed their horses, but
Oh, you could probably shoot a bunch of horses.
I mean, I still might. I think like when he's like saying all this stuff, I think Daisy is getting really like upset, and like her pale face is starting to flush as he's saying all of these very sexist things, and she is getting more and more angry about being called incompetent. And so she's about to do something really stupid.
Oh, please, no.
And super incompetent, right?
Well,
Am I right?
then you're going to really love this. So, Brieger says, listen up, little boy. You stay out of this. What's going to happen is you right there, you and I, we're going to face down. You're going to pull out your cleaver, I'm going to pull out my sword, and we'll do a little dance, entertain everybody. And then, when your boss shows up to mediate, we could say something like, oh, you're such a skilled opponent. You've scared me off with your incredible skill. You are very skilled with that thing, right?
Yes.
I would love to see what's inside you.
Brieger is so much more competent than my sister. I want him on the payroll forever.
So creepy though.
Get the
This
fuck
shit.
out.
So,
Get back.
yeah, Brieger's like drawing his Koloss sword on the horse, and he's stepping down. Are you accepting his challenge and going into a sword duel with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Daisy, I'm curious as to what your reaction is to being called a little boy and then ignored.
I'm really, really upset. And I kind of want to shoot something. But
Yeah.
Shoot his
All right,
horse.
Just do the Keanu Reeves. Ah.
at the same time, this is like literally Disha's job. And if I fuck with this, I know I am gonna catch hell for it.
So much hell. You will be
Based-
tied to your Landau as it is sent back to Ellendale.
right.
And that's why she wasn't here for the next one shot.
She was grounded for a month. Go back to Ellendale. You're grounded.
So, oh gosh, what would she do? So she's
I mean, I'll interrupt. Go ahead.
so she's super upset, and Disha's getting called out, and I guess I think what's gonna happen is she's gonna take being called a little boy as like almost a compliment, like a backhanded compliment from this guy, because he's said so many sexist things that by calling her a little boy, it's like a step up. And so she's just gonna sit there and wait, but her guns are still trained on him. So if he does something uncouth, or it looks like he's gonna overpower Disha, then she's gonna take a shot. But basically, she's just allowing Disha to do her thing. But she's like back burner ready to take a shot if necessary.
All right. Then let's do this thing, Disha. Let's enter into a conflict.
Okay. So like he gets off his horse and we kind of like step off a little bit to like probably a decent sized like space for the two of us, since we're making this like a whole big thing.
He pulls something out of his pocket and he says, "Let's do duel." Oh, sorry, the third card didn't. I was going for Yu-Gi-Oh. No, my bad. I tried.
You forget.
Let's duel.
Wow,
I have the black draw
those
4
cards have
cards.
been in there since he wrote the Alloy of Law. Is like, we're gonna do Alloy of Law, and the first time there's a duel, I'm going to do that.
Let's
has
do.
Oh, Arthur, I appreciate your showmanship.
You've activated my trap card, Disha.
Pot of Greed.
Oh my god. As
Uh,
long as he doesn't pull out the blue eyes white dragon, we'll be okay.
let's gather some dice, buddy.
5 pots of greed, and then Asmodeus
You
Unleashed.
can't have 5 pots of green in a deck. You can only have 3 cards. Why do I remember that?
Here is the hilarious part of this conflict: is that it is a social conflict because it's a duel.
Wait, what?
Yes,
No,
You
no,
are-
it's not.
you are swinging at each other's reputation.
Fuck.
Uh,
Do I get to use physique?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, good.
I mean,
It's
a
the
duel.
target that he's talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
good.
The stakes here are if he
The
wins.
look on Tux's face.
I was terrified. I have 3 wits and 3
Oh,
charms.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you can technically attempt to hit his health, right? But as part of this being a social duel, he can do physique versus your reputation. That's something he can do as a nature of the conflict. The stakes for him, victory for him, is the 2 of you getting back in the car, afraid of him, driving away, and he gets a free shot at the farm to loot whatever he wants.
Okay.
So his winning is you withdrawing or being dead. Either one works for him. Possibly as a second stake, getting your phone number wouldn't be bad for him as well. Like, you seem to be a relatively competent, attractive female Koloss with large weapons.
You could always offer that. As,
I am a strong single Koloss blooded who don't need no man, okay?
That's fine. That's exactly the type he's looking for.
you don't need a man, but you're gonna want a man.
No, please no, Wreckage. Let's talk about stakes if you win. What is your
basically for him to feign like, oh no, you have defeated me.
Okay, so for you, what needs to happen is you personally have defeated the leader of Brieger's boys in a solo sword combat.
More in like a like, oh, you have fought me off, and now we will like
You will be back again.
yeah. Ideally I want it to play out like I was told it was supposed to play out.
Okay, so you
where
want him to get back on the card. Do what you're supposed to do, buddy.
Yeah, like
nothing
do your
special
job
there.
that you're paid to do.
All right, so let me get his stats.
Yeah, it's definitely not so much the Desha defeated the Great Brieger. It's no, we're supposed to play this out, and then you guys leave.
Okay, all right. Wow, he actually doesn't have very good melee skills. But
Heyo. All right, so as we
let's
walk
talk
over,
about assembling die pools.
one
Oh,
second,
you
let
want
me
to do something as he's approaching?
just like because it's Mistborn and we know when this happens, I wanted to just check and see something.
Are you gonna down some pewter real quick? Because we haven't.
I already downed it.
Oh, you downed it before you got here, huh?
Yeah.
All right, make sure to track burn time, especially if you're gonna flare.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking up.
Okay.
I think computer only gives me 5 minutes.
Yeah, and if you burn it, you get a lot less, but you'll get an extra die.
Yeah, okay. I have 5 minutes. So yeah, I have 3 charges. So yep, I'm like since this is Mistborn and it's our anime TV version of Mistborn. As we're walking, just inside, I start burning it, and we see Desha's muscles just like get bigger and like tighten and
Infinite smirk.
So
theme
your
song
muscles
comes
don't
on.
actually get bigger when you burn pewter, right? I mean, that happened to Vin. She burned pewter all the time and was still small. But maybe in the anime version, maybe we like see the color.
right. It's
of
the
your
anime version,
blood
so like we
through
see her
your
muscles like
veins.
shift and change a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a physical thing. Maybe there's an aura around you, Super Saiyan style.
Oh yeah, totally.
By the same thing, the sunlight glints off of his gold metal mines where he stores his health.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he sets himself up into a confident two-handed wide stance. His legs are wide, his knees are lowered. He's got his eyes on you. He's watching your shoulders. But most importantly, he has a huge fucking smirking grin.
Yeah, and my face is just totally blank
What are you
stare at
wearing
him.
right now? I'm
He
curious.
totally doesn't even know
You've
that
been
you're
in
a
two
Peter
different
burner.
outfits.
I'm
this is
wearing like
common.
my basic doing stuff outfit, not the dress. So like the
Okay.
basic like pants, like pretty like really it's extremely like it may even be like sewn out of canvas or like a something the most basic clothes you can wear basic like so it's like a shirt, maybe there's like the tie thing here and just wearing that and then like pants that like are frayed down at the bottoms like they're tied so they don't fall off and everything like yeah, the outfit's extremely basic, not very feminine at all. Like, yeah, there's like shirt and pants, and that's basically it.
Okay.
It's basically like 17 times. I don't care.
So let's
I'm
talk
sorry.
about wits. What do you got?
Wait, what?
Wits.
3.
Okay, he has 4, so you will be declaring your action and building your dice pool first.
Okay. Gotcha. So what I would like to do is
Maximum dice pool.
it's a duel, so we do the what's the Kill Bill thing where it goes between our eyes a few times,
Yeah.
and then I like run at him with my cleaver, and then I like I come down on his wrists, and I'm going to try to disarm him.
You're okay, so you're called shotting this.
I'm doing the disarm action.
Okay. I have no
There's
idea what
a sec-
that is.
It's in the first book. There's
Okay.
like an actual disarm thing
Yep.
in conflict.
What page is it on?
It is tactics in combat, disarming a target.
See, this is the nice part, is
201.
that 201, I can just ask these more competent people that have the specialty rules. Yeah, this conflict is going to be the end of things, guys. When this conflict ends, so too will end the session tonight. Disarming a target, you are doing a physique versus physique contest. Okay, I want to point out that as part of doing this, you're going to have to commit all of your dice to this, and he will be open to free attack you because it's a contest, not a conflict.
Is that how that
Oh no,
works?
wait. Yeah, he will have to commit to it as defense. Okay. All right. That's
Okay.
your declared action. Let's build some die pool then.
Okay, so I have all right.
Six
So I
physique
have
die.
6 plus 5.
2 for Kolos.
So I have 13 dice.
Let's
that I can-
let's put the dice on the board and describe them so everyone knows what's up.
So I will use. So will I be using my action die to do the thing?
yeah.
And then
Yep.
okay, then I can
Sure.
put a defense die into defending whatever he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put 7 into attack, and then 6 into.
I mean,
defense.
you just put all of them into an action pool.
Oh, okay.
We'll start there. But let's figure out how many die you have.
I have 13.
6. I mean, again, let's work out the die.
You
you
have traits too, and he
Yes.
needs to greenlight those
Oh
traits.
yeah, traits totally.
Yes.
I forgot about
You have
traits.
6
All right,
dice.
sorry. So I have
Without traits,
okay.
Arthur.
Yeah, I'll actually So I have 6 physique,
Yep.
5 pewter. I get 2 whenever
Okay,
I
so
do any rolls
11,
involving strength.
13. Yes.
So 13 from all my stuff. I'm the one who knocks.
That would be 14. Yes.
Strong resolve.
Yes.
Okay, so I
15.
have 15 die.
I don't think you have 15 things there, so let me get you some copies. He doesn't
Roll
have
die.
Is
He
that
doesn't
it?
have nearly that many. He has 7 physique die
So I'll put 9 or not. 9.
and 2 for Kolos, 1 for fearsome reputation.
I'll do 8 and 7.
So he should have 10. So again, you don't have to commit yet. Show your roll.
Sorry.
You have more action die, so you are acting first.
Then now you can.
Now you
Now
have
I
to
can-
commit dice
okay.
to things. How would you like to do this?
Okay, I will put.
So technically, what you now I want to point this out to you, Tux. If you attacked with everything and he didn't defend, that is the only way. Like he has to split his pool, right? So if he's got like 9, right?
This is
Like-
a contest. You are not swinging for damage, so technically you can use all of your dice towards this and get a whole shit ton of nudges.
Yeah, just
Okay.
whatever.
So sorry. So is he getting an attack after this?
Yes,
So
Okay,
he gets
so
a
I'm-
turn,
for sure.
but he also
Okay.
has to defend against it, right? And he has to defend against it out of his pool.
Yep.
So
I'm sorry. How many nudges? Wait.
Each
never
extra
mind. I'm not gonna
die,
get into it right now.
each
I'll ask
extra
after.
die becomes a nudge.
So,
I will do I'll do 8 for my action and then 6 for my defense, or 7 for my defense.
All right. He will defend with 4. So he's going to go ahead and commit 4 dice against your 8. Let's do it. Boom. Paired nudges. Terrible. Terrible.
So 8.
Any pair out of 8. Is it even statistically possible?
4.
Not
Yes,
enough nudges.
With a nudge.
Not enough nudges. You need
Yeah, 'cause
to.
theoretically,
So you
not
knock the
involved.
item out, but you do seize control of it.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, so you get control of his sword. So now he can't use his sword to attack. So he just punches you in the face.
Yeah, so like the sword goes to the side. Can I?
Is that
use
less
my-
dice or something, or does it just mean
No.
less damage if he hits?
It'll mean a lot less damage if he hits because the sword
Can
is
I
plus 4.
Can I use my nudge to take away one of his action die?
This is a contest, not a conflict. So you've started like a subcategory. Instead of using the nudge, you get circumstances for the 4 circumstances you built up here. He cancels 2 of them with the nudges. So you started. What you've done is essentially done a roll outside of the conflict where it would be like 2 people attacking each other.
Okay.
You get to throw 2 complications onto him. And
Okay, I'll put
let's see here. You could
Impressed?
yes, you can
Yeah.
reduce his action pool by 1 die with your nudge if you want to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
And then the complications I will put on him.
you have 2. And this is a
Uh,
social conflict, so you're going to need to keep that in mind.
Impressed and aroused.
I'm not Valette. So
But your character isn't putting those complications on him. You as a storyteller.
actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
That you as a storyteller put those complications on him. So whatever makes sense is what you go with, not what your character would do.
I like that actually. Yeah, impressed and aroused.
Okay. All right. So it shall be.
it
He
was written.
gains these temporary tags.
Kels is on the same page as me. I see that grin.
Pretty much, I'm muted, so that's
Right. So
Sexiest tabletop RPG on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen.
it keeps happening.
Yep. No matter who I play, I guess I'm just doomed to
You're just
impress and
damn
arouse everyone.
Let's roll your defense versus his attack. You are committing what, like
7 die.
7?
Yep.
All right.
How many does he have
He's
left?
got 5. Looks like paired 3s. Yep, paired 3s is in the nudge.
Pair 4s.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens on that regard. Yeah, you just completely cancel out. He's trying to slug you in the face. He's coming at you. Maybe.
So I knock the giant sword out of his hands and it goes like flying over. Like I'm not sure how far it'll go away.
It's
But,
it's at the 2 of your feet. You didn't.
Oh,
get
okay. So yeah, I knock it out of his
nearly
hands.
enough.
And he just kind of like, what? And so he started trying to punch me, but I just turned the cleaver. And since the cleaver is like such a wide blade, he's just punching the cleaver a bunch and it's doing nothing.
Okay.
I love that.
Same deal in the next round. Any chance you'd like to surrender?
No, actually.
Okay.
Any chance he'd like to surrender?
Nope.
Okay.
You declare first because he has higher wits.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm just doing straight attack on him.
Okay.
Can I say that I've been aiming this entire time?
I mean, what is your plan here? To
just-
shoot him in the back?
Just in case I need to shoot him at any particular point.
I mean, I will say yes, but you probably have like 10 people aiming at you from a distance away on horses.
I mean, that's fine.
But yeah, if you want to be in the background of the scene, just pointing a gun at the back of his head, that's a thing you can do.
It's more of a thing for Daisy.
I mean,
It's
it's
like,
it's probably not going to be relevant, but I think
Maybe
that
it's just
totally
they cut
doing
you like looking down the barrel of the gun and the Kill Bill music is playing as you're staring at him and you just hear his voice over and over again saying "little boy."
But she took that as a compliment.
Let's assemble your die pool. What do you want to do here, Desha? You're attacking. You're using your cleaver to attack him.
Yes, cleaver to
Okay.
attack.
Let's do it.
Um,
You get 6 physique plus 2 for call loss. Plus 5 for pewter if you're gonna.
Yep. I'm thinking it's the same die pool. So 6 plus pewter plus 2 for Colossal Blooded. I'm the one who knocks in Strong Resolve.
I don't know that Strong Resolve is going to help you here on attacking.
I'm just okay.
He just used it on an attack.
He used it to knock the sword out of the way.
All right. If you say so, boss man.
Yeah. If Strong Resolve doesn't cut it, then
just need you to dance for me, Wreckage.
That'd probably just be I'm the one who knocks then. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have 14 this time.
I saw today a post alternative to call your GM, and it was just like the list of things they call the leader of North Korea. I thought it was appropriate.
Leader.
So let's see those dice physically in place. That's going to end you with what, like 13 or 14?
Yeah, I have 14.
Glorious German.
And
GM.
he has 10 because he's building the exact same pool with the intent of punching you in the face some more.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
You having 14 dice get to act first. This is a conflict because you're trying to hit him, not a contest.
Right.
So you can only commit 10 action dice to your attack.
Mm-hmm.
So how many would you like to put into your attack?
Remembering that he splits his pool again, so he will have.
Yep. I will put. I'll do 8 and 6.
Okay. All right. He commits no dice to defense to block this attack.
Ooh, pair of 5s and then 6 nudges.
I mean, it
If
could be a
that
pair
happens,
of
holy
1s and
shit.
6 nudges.
If that
I
happens,
It literally could happen. It already happened.
okay.
That was only
Actually,
6 dice.
if I hit him,
Roll.
he is going to take a shit ton of damage.
That's okay. He's a blood maker.
Yeah, but you can aim for his social statuses in.
Okay. So pair of 4s
Yep.
with a nudge. My Colossus Cleaver does plus 3 damage.
Okay, so you deal 4 damage. Do you want to put the nudge as a point of damage?
And this is a duel, so he can target not his health, right?
That's correct.
Target not his health.
I mean, as part of your attack, you would have had to have declared you were doing something other than his health.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
You said you were swinging for him, not for his reputation. So
True. Yes, let's do the extra one for
he's swinging
damage.
for your reputation. He wants to make you seem small. But yeah.
It is 2 reputation things. I think it goes without saying he was also
So
attacking.
you are hitting for 5? Is that correct? 6?
Well, let's take away one. Let's take away one of his action die.
Using the
With the nudge.
combat
So
nudge.
I'll do 4 damage to him and then take away one of his action die.
Okay, eliminate action die. Okay. All right, 4 damage from 11 is going to bring him to 7, and that is enough to deal 1/4. What serious burden would you like to put on him?
Very impressed.
Very no.
How about something like?
I'll do
Let's see here.
Torn-
I'll give you some
But it
examples.
is-
torn muscle in his arm or something like that. Like
Well, he can just
Erection
heal that.
lasts longer than 4 hours.
Yeah, bruise, sprain, or laceration is something you can do. So yeah.
okay, yeah, totally laceration like in his arm or something like that.
Serious
His power
burden.
doesn't just negate that, because it's a burden which a power can't get rid of. But narratively,
Oh, you're so wrong.
Tux, you really need to do a mental burden.
I mean, you're gonna have to start. I mean, it's a physical conflict right now. He can't throw on a mental burden.
Well,
He
he
could
do
try to
something
throw
like-
a social burden by attacking his reputation next.
Yeah.
Oh, so it
For
can
sure.
only ever be the type of thing you attacked.
Yes.
All right.
You can't just be like, I chop your arm off. I'm going to add the burden phobia of fence posts.
I mean, but that would give you a phobia of arm chopping off fence posts.
Okay.
And it would be super appropriate in what we've set up so far that he could become obsessed with you, as Virgil did with Coop.
I mean, that would be a social thing you can throw on him. Now, Biochemical Gold, he has a high enough rating that he can... Wow, holy shit. Okay, well, he's going to do all of those things immediately. Instantly recover 2 health and lose a serious burden For sure, he does that immediately,
Damn.
bringing himself back up to 9 and removing the burden. So you like chop into his arm, and it immediately is like, shoop, instantly healing back up, and he's like, "You pinked me," and then he wide airplane hanger swing, immense power attack,
Well, is
no
he
defense.
he's still punching, right? Because
Yeah,
he
but
gets
it's
the sword.
the
Okay.
He's King Konging you.
Okay.
Yep. He put nothing into defense here. He's going all attack with 9 dice. And I see a shit ton of nudges.
Okay, 2 nudges. So I need to do very well with my 6 dice.
Actually, is that with one of them removed, Arthur?
For what? Yeah.
The nudge that was spent.
Yeah.
Remove an
He only
action
has
dice.
9 dice instead of 10.
Yep.
Right, gotcha. Just checking.
Okay, come on, 6 dice. You got this. You got this.
You can do it. I believe
Oh,
Fuck, no.
No.
God.
Okay, so
Damn you and your API hacks.
you are going to take 1 point of damage, and he is going to use his 2 nudges to recover his weapon. As he Cloud Strife Buster Sword, like kicks his weapon back up into the air while punching in the face. He just kicks it in the air and like grabs the sword and re-enters a sword stance. It's not the sword stance he was using before, where he was all wide swings. He's now entering like an Eastern martial arts, like somehow finesse weapon. As he's like, "You done made me mad, girl. You done made me real mad."
actually, he's made him
And a little
impressed,
bit horny.
impressed and aroused is what he's been made.
Yeah, but he's still mad. It can be
Okay,
many different things. So, 1 point of damage, I'm guessing, doesn't do enough damage to your pewter infused health to give you a burden.
He did that to my health.
Yes.
He
Oh,
did
you're
that to
right.
my
No,
health,
he's
too?
targeting your reputation. You're right. He deals 1 point of damage to your reputation.
Okay. Nope. It's actually I have 5 reputations.
So you're down to 4, so it's not a quarter. You're good.
Attack his reputation.
I'm about to.
Let's do it. Okay. Assemble dice quickly. We gotta
walk
walk off the stage soon.
So 13 with physique, Kolos, and 2.
Is it the same dice pool?
I'm going to be attacking his reputation, and so since I'm aiming differently, like, and I'm punching you a bunch. I'm like actually trying to do something different. Would I be able to use strong resolve for that?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So
I specifically remember you saying as long as you get to punch a bunch of stuff, we were going to be fine.
He's getting to punch stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in writing, actually.
we're still okay. We're still okay. We're doing okay.
This isn't even isn't even
Disha.
the only gold ferochemist in the town.
You've
This
turned
isn't
your
even my
targeting
final form.
computer off.
Okay.
Disha, so you're what, 14 dice pool?
15.
Okay, all right. He has a 10 dice pool.
Okay.
His intent is to commit... oh, that's right. You go first. He is swinging for your reputation again. So his attack is physical towards your reputation, trying to make you look bad in front of his men, trying to get you and Daisy to back down so he can just ride off with all the goods.
I am attacking his reputation in that a girl Kolos blooded is beating him.
Okay. It's
And
probably
I'm
not
going
that it's a
to-
girl Kolos blooded. It's some like city slicker in a car riding in from out of
Right,
town.
exactly.
With
Well,
a
I'm
little
going to use the
pasty
girl
white
thing.
girl with twin pistols. Like, ooh, look at me.
I was going to try to use the womanly aspect of it because not on purpose, but accidentally, like my female aspects are going to like come into play in our like fighting.
Are
Like
you having a wardrobe malfunction?
like it's going to be
you're gonna
like,
do the
like
thing
I was
from
thinking
Deadpool.
more like
Okay, got
as
it.
we fight, like I lean down and like the shirt comes down a little bit
Yeah.
and like stuff like that. So
Sure,
like,
sure.
yeah.
Go ahead. You have the most action dice with 15.
okay.
What would you like to commit?
I will do 8 and 7 again.
Okay. You are acting first. He is committing nothing to defense here.
Damn.
He's got a reputation for days, so he can take an attack,
Okay.
and you cannot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool.
2 5s,
Let's
all
swing.
nudges.
Let's swing. Paired fours with a nudge. Okay, that's a huge fucking hit.
Okay, so
All damage.
yeah, yeah, all damage.
Tell me what the final number is.
So 1 for just doing the thing, +3 +1, so 5.
Okay, so he goes from 7 to 2.
Damn.
This is going to be a not a grave burden. It's going to be it's grave. It's grave. It's bad. It's super bad, and he can't recover from this because he's not Duraluminist or a Luminist. So
Make him fall in love with you.
Here are some.
I want it to be something like that,
Here are
where
some
like
grave social burdens: humiliated, criticized, fined, scandal, ejected from crew, seizure of all holdings, targeted by another crew, investigated.
You could eject him from the crew so that he joins ours.
You could force him out of Breaker's Boys with this one hit.
I think I want to.
Okay.
Something like like
love
he
it.
like I'm not sure how exactly to word it, but yeah, basically the way that I hit him, like we like
Nut shot, and even though he's a gold guy who can heal from it, he still takes a nut shot, right? He still feels a nut shot, so he embarrassingly goes down and like heals right away from it. But all his boys are like,
You don't
"That City
just
Slicker just
heal
nut
right
shot."
away from a nut shot, Wreckage.
yeah. So I think what it is, I think like we like clash for a few seconds, and then like our arms both get open. So I like bear hug him, and of course like his face is right there. So I like bear hug him and like chuck him off of me, and then just kick straight up right between his legs. He falls to the ground, and all of his boys are looking over and see this woman just right up there, and then he falls to the ground like.
Let's roll your defense die.
Okay, cool.
Because B's gonna give it to you with paired 5s with 2 nudges.
Damn.
This could be a huge reputation destroying swing.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, come on, dice. Can I do anything with his complications?
Complications for contests.
Oh fuck! Damn.
Yep. That's
What
for
about
when we're
burdens?
not rolling for
that he
damage.
now has.
Yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I
If
said
you wanted to, no, because this isn't the die building. But if we go another round, which hopefully we don't, you could call upon his burden.
Damn it!
Nope. It's gonna go real bad for you.
Yeah, but he's got two.
I don't know that nudges do anything on defense.
I know.
Really?
I think they still cancel.
They always do.
They still cancel other nudges, don't
Let's
they?
see here. Combat nudges. You can. Nudges work the same in conflicts. You can nudge during blah blah blah.
So they would then do the exact same thing, which is negate his nudges. He only gets the 1 attack in.
192. I mean, his 1 attack is definitely he deals 5 points of damage with his sword. So
If he deals 5 to my reputation, I'm done.
yeah, you're done. So nudges. We'll have to look up nudges on defense and
Now-
figure out what's happening. But you are losing this particular conflict. He is not coming away from it well, but you are done, and that is going to be a mortal or grave burden on social side. Man, maybe.
I mean, this is pretty complicated because he's still getting thrown out of his own crew.
Right.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
weird.
I mean, he's been embarrassed by you, but you
How do
two
you
are
get
going to have to back
counter-embarrassed?
Right.
down.
And still, like, well,
enemy.
I mean,
Okay.
can I? I mean, probably not. But I was gonna say, can I take this moment to interject and do a thing that might? I mean, I guess, are we winning and the Briggers boys are gonna leave?
No,
because-
he just won the
Okay.
conflict here.
Okay.
Right,
You
so
guys
that-
are the
yeah,
ones.
I
that
guess
are
I'm
gonna
all-
leave.
like, yeah.
How
I
does
wanted
he
to
win
do
the
some-
conflict? It's so weird. I mean,
'cause he wasn't-
narratively.
Well, I'm also a little confused because that also means that like, is everyone else just going to be like, okay, I guess you get to take our stuff now?
Because
Like-
I want to do something here because I'm seeing like
Okay.
this is both, like, in my mind, this is both of them going down. And so I kind of want to do a thing that puts it into our favor. Which is we discussed this slightly earlier, take out the horses. And like
That's different from the conflict he's about to do. So how about this? I will limit it. Disha is now kind of been defeated. She has to withdraw from this situation. Like, no one's going to respect her contributions. But more importantly, you take the mortal social burden of unforgettable scandal, as all of his men, as part of this fight, just spread the rumor that you're his secret lover. You guys do filthy stuff together.
Fuck,
you purposely
those
set up this
bitches.
fight for you to win, and you still ended up losing because he's so much stronger than you, and you're
How
weak.
does he get kicked out of the crew?
He's getting kicked out of I mean, Wreckage. This is real life. You can still lose while winning. That's
I know,
called
but
a
like
pyrrhic
narratively, like
narratively, narratively, it's all being wrapped together. Like he
Right,
just set up
exactly,
a
like,
fake fight with this woman.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. They see it, and it's like, holy shit, this fight wasn't real. They must be doing it.
Yeah,
and that's not acceptable in the Brugger's Boys. So we're changing our name to the Not Brugger's Boys, and we're leaving.
Well, like he's still embarrassed, but also like just this whole thing the way it happened. It's just like we don't respect him anymore. She's kind of beating him, but not really. Like, this is a weird fight. So,
what would you like to do, Daisy? The Brugger's Boys, without Brugger, are the winners of this conflict. They are in a strong standpoint.
Should we maybe call it for till next week?
I would like to hear what Daisy's last action is, and then yes.
And she has to take it because she might not be in the next Alloy of Law game.
Who even fucking knows? I wanted to take out the horses of those that seem like they were like next in line or whatever. Like whoever was looking like they were going to take charge as this is going one way or another, and just basically take out their horses so they stumble and fall. Because they were, they were all sitting on their horses waiting for this to do whatever.
I don't even think you need to roll for this. With 2 pistols pointing into a mass of 30 people, I'm pretty sure you can hit a couple horses.
All right, yeah.
So your reaction to watching Disha lose is just start opening up fire.
I mean, can this be some sort of...
And that's when Dixon rolls up.
I could do like a lead a group action. Sorry, I have too much Blades in the Dark on my brain.
This isn't Blades.
And it's always Blades.
It's like I do a flashback.
What's the devil's
already done the things I need to do.
And so basically I call over my shoulder to the 5 McFannies, and I'm like, aim for the horses, and then
okay, let's do some outros here.
Wow,
you guys are gonna get 2 advancements for
real rough.
I want to thank everybody for staying an extra hour tonight, because we lost most of an hour, especially Virgil for staying on birthday night. That's really impressive, buddy.
Happy birthday again.
I also appreciate your commitment to being our Turtle. That was pretty awesome.
That was amazing.
That was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, shout outs.
Yeah, let's do some end of session. Who wants to go first?
I'll take us out. Hey folks, Zircon5 here. Did you know that I not only have a Twitch channel labeled Zircon5, but also a SoundCloud with awesome music, including a new hip hop song where I rap. I'm actually rapping over my own beat.
You rap?
I need to download this right now.
Seriously, Wreckage, go and screw yourself. Like, you literally retweeted the tweet of me being like, I spit hot fire. Here's my mixtape. Go listen to it.
I thought
you retweeted that.
I know I retweeted that.
Literally didn't click the link. I spent hours writing a song, hours and hours, maybe like 12 hours writing a beat, and then hours after that writing rhymes to it, and then hours after that recording the rhyme over and over again until it sounded
good.
Like you could hear it.
It was on my to-do list.
It's a lot of work. You should go listen to it, Wreckage.
It's awesome.
I will go listen to it after I sleep.
Boom, 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 boom.
After I sleep. So check out all my stuff, Zircon5. Thanks, guys.
I actually didn't think
Arturo
it was
lives
Wreckage
forever.
on the track.
Never die.
I didn't think it was Virgil on the track. But yeah, it's fucking really good. I'm surprised at this rhymesmith. Now, Virgil, weren't you telling me the other day that people can commission music from you?
Yeah, I can be contacted either at Virgil Levenger on
Fuck
Twitter,
glasses, Jesus.
or you can send me a message on Twitch as well, because I'm on Twitch all the time, baby. I'm here for you.
Yeah, who wants to go next?
I guess I can. I'm here. Hello, I'm Kelsa. I do things sometimes when I can. I actually updated my Twitch page so that it has my schedule listed on it of all of the places where I am and I do things. I am going to be streaming tomorrow morning, whatever the fuck comes into my brain, at 6 a.m. Pacific time, because that's when I wake up. And probably until like 9, because I'm gonna go watch Civil War and I have to have brunch and a lot of alcohol first. It's important.
It's the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I've heard that. Like, I haven't seen it yet, and we're gonna watch it in IMAX, and so I'm pretty stoked.
I want to see it so bad.
So yeah, I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers. Like, wait until tomorrow afternoon and then whatever. But yeah, I am here every Friday. On Wednesday, I'm over on RP Glory's channel. We've been playing Wild Blue, but that's about to end. And then I'm going to start running a Blades in the Dark campaign because, dear God, I've fallen in love with Blades in the Dark and I will play it forever.
What day is that going to be?
Wednesday during the day, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Wow, that's pretty, interesting.
That's the middle
Daytime
of the day.
show.
I know. It's because my schedule, I work in a call center, so my schedule is really weird. Yeah, and then most Sundays I am on Esteni's channel playing Sunday's game night where we play board games. And there's no stream this week, but next week we're gonna be playing Tales of the Arabian Nights, which is a really sweet like it's like Choose Your Own Adventure, the board game. But it's all Arabian Nights themed. It's pretty sweet.
More often than not, or hotter
No
than
Wreckage. Just
hot.
please stop.
Occasionally I stream just randomly playing Civilization where my friends get on and then they sing show tunes. That happened last week. So yeah, cool. That's me. I do things and I'm pretty cool. You can also follow me on Twitter at Kelsa, as opposed to on Twitch, which is at KelsaDelphi. If I could have them both be the same, they would both be Kelsa, but I'm not going to change my Twitter to KelsaDelphi because that's just too hard to spell.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
You or me?
I don't know.
Go.
You fast enough?
I don't know. Is it high noon yet?
It's high noon somewhere.
Always high noon.
I guess I will address the scandalous accusation made by Canadian soy sauce that I don't exist on Twitter. I do exist on Twitter. It's at Dr. Wreckage. The full spelling of doctor, not the abbreviation, like is what has been put up on this overhead, because the overhead was hastily made, and I forgive Arthur. We all
What?
forgive
It's Dr. Wreckage, right?
No, it's full spelling Dr. Wreckage. It's okay, though. It's okay.
Well, I went with everyone's Twitch names, so...
That's fair. But, you don't put at on a Twitch
Except
name.
I guess I fucked up Kelsa's name in that case. Anyway, this is why
gotta
we
have the
do
same.
intros and outros, so people can talk to the audience.
Gotta be hashtag on brand.
So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, and you should do so, because that's where you will hear about my Tuesday game, which is Sunless Sea, and we finish character creation, and we will be doing the very first episode that is a full real episode. Then Wednesday, next week, we're doing Star Wars, and there's character changes that are happening, spooky and scary. And then Thursday of next week, maybe we're doing a thing. I don't know. It's hard to get in touch with those people because right now some of them are out of town. And then Friday, hopefully we're doing Mistborn proper, not because I don't love Alloy of Law, but because if we do 3 weeks in a row of Alloy of Law, we're not going back to Mistborn. So anyway,
I gotta know what happened to Risha.
please let me go to bed. Tux.
Okay, yeah. So I would also like to confront some outrageous allegations that Desha goes bass to mouth. You never go bass to mouth.
Boo.
It was chat, not me. I'm Tuxtradamus. I had a freaking blast today playing Desha. I got to punch stuff, which is what I wanted to do. I lost, but that's okay because sometimes you lose. But you rise up and you get past your scandals, and then we punch more things.
Rise up.
And she's gonna paint more awesome stuff, and she's gonna punch more awesome stuff. And yeah, we'll do this when we don't do Mistborn, and hopefully next week we'll get to see more about the old crew. And yeah. So I'm Tuxtradamus. You can find me on Twitch, Tuxtradamus, Twitter, Tuxtradamus. I'll be back here tomorrow for Winter's Edge. We're gonna do. Hopefully,
Winter.
We have to get past the weird phase storm we're in, and then we're gonna do some more stuff. Like Wreckage said, next Wednesday we're gonna have our Star Wars game, and we're gonna be doing some new cool things with that. So that'll be definitely be awesome to check out. And I'm trying to piece some more stuff together for my own stuff that's still in the works. So won't say anything yet because we don't really have anything yet. But yeah, besides that, that's about it. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for everybody playing. It was a blast. Have an awesome night.
I'm Arthur Perkins, aka APGamingREAL. Go ahead and click the follow button below Wreckage's face. If you're watching on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button underneath Virgil's face and click that like button. We still have the vote. Don't forget to vote. It's very important.
Lots of people use their powers today.
And some of them use their powers in pretty good ways. I think I normally don't like to call my vote out loud, but I'm going to vote for Daisy because she was just like, I use my guns to do everything. What's that? Horses, guns. Driving,
I
also
legitimately
guns.
don't have any powers to use, I realized.
Well, you sort of, I mean, your powers made a very interesting story moment happen. I used my powers to be there to find out about that moment. So
That wasn't your powers, though. Oh, I guess that was your powers.
It was literally my powers of luck that made me find out that
I used my powers to attract a weird Koloth-blooded gang leader to me.
No, we're not going to sell that right now. This is the end of the night. We're super late. We're literally an hour and 10 minutes past the end time. Just fucking tweet at all these people. If you enjoyed this episode, tweet at these 4 individuals. They've said their Twitter accounts. It's also probably what's on the screen. Virgil's at Virgil Evinger. Just fucking thank them for staying up late tonight, because I literally was so pissed off and completely stone-faced for 40 minutes at the start of the show.
It was worth it.
I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe this has happened again. So, thank Virgil, thank Wreckage, thank Kelsa, thank Adam. Just
thank you, Arthur.
Yes, thank you.
We are out for the night.
Disney Reserve.
And don't forget to thank the Pepsi
Kill me
Cola
later.
Corporation. And that's it.